Welcome to the 704 Charlotte Bound Show. I'm your host, Twan Don, man, on a Feel Good Thursday. I'm here to talk about the Carolina Panthers to grab a free agent. The free agent frenzy is going wild right now. A lot of teams releasing players from their teams. Who would the Carolina Panthers grab? But keep in mind, do the Carolinas have the money to grab a lot of these players? We knew and we predicted that a lot of teams that were really good and in the hunt, we're going to have to release a lot of their players this year because guess what? Players cost money. Players cost money. And you just can't go out and get whoever you want. So we're going to be discussing some teams tonight that have to let players go, man. Also, who Carolina should honestly go after and who putting to bed some of these people that you guys think that we can go after, but really we can't. But we're gonna get into it. Look, man, I got the super uh guest in here with me today. Well, I mean, she's not a guest. I mean, she's a member of the show. I don't know why I call her a guest. She gonna get on me when she get in here, man. But look, AC Aries Claire's in the building with me today, man. What better partner than to break it down with her? You know what I'm saying? I called you a whole guest. What's going on?
How dare you? No, I'm kidding.
Wow,
I'm kidding.
that's crazy.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Uh,
No, I knew what you meant. No, you're good. No, it's good.
hmm,
Been enjoying interesting conversations with a lot of people today who seem to think that when we got what was it? 300 some odd $1 million for available cap space, that meant that, or for the cap for the year, that somehow that was all the money we had to spend and
yeah.
we could just go nuts.
Uh,
Yeah, no, that's not how that works. And some of y'all are also wanting to pay JC. A lot of things that got to go into this.
that costs money.
It
We
costs
gotta pay
money.
it.
I know it's not our money,
I
but it
mean,
costs money to do it nonetheless.
yeah,
And
we
we're
just
not the Patriots. We're not the Commanders right now. We don't
yeah,
have a crap ton of cap space to work with, at least not for this year.
man. JC Horn isn't signed yet. We gotta, we gotta put that into perspective. JC Horn isn't signed yet. And
Scary.
look, I don't want people coming over here like, oh man, the 704 Charlotte Bound show. Like they wanna they dim your light on your hopes and dreams. Man, we just don't lie to people, man. We're not gonna build you up, man, and then
No.
watch you fall into something that could never be. But look, we can discuss people that we can get, you know what I'm saying, if the Carolina Panthers are gonna go in that direction. We'll also be discussing, look, Austin Corbett, man, got into it with David Newton and they're kind of going back and forth, like in the Twitter sphere. And we'll talk about what does that mean to the team, you know what I'm saying, with them going back and forth and Corbett saying that he only wants to play for a team where he is going to start.
Which
So
is
we're gonna
apparently
get
not
into that.
true.
Yeah. So we'll get into that as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like David Newton, you know what I'm saying? Is this, what could come of this? Also, we're gonna talk today about some rule changes that are gonna be happening in the NFL starting next year. That should be very interesting to find out about. Two major ones that we'll get into. But I think it should be very interesting. This is the 704 Charlotte Bound show. Let's get started. Well, hey, look, today is definitely an open concept. Let me go ahead and put the invite link in. You know,
Oh, the
we are
linkety link.
yeah,
Okay.
we are accepting people in today. Uh, and what's good to Elizabeth Lassiter? Elizabeth Lassiter is already in the building
Hey,
with us.
Liz.
I know, Claire. Where do you want to get started? Let's start off with Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa, he's been released. He's been released from the Chargers, and uh, I don't really
Yeah.
think it was even so much of a money thing with him. It's just that, his age thing, and that they want to pour so much money back into an older guy. Is this something that Carolina should consider going after, or? And I'm asking, and everybody also in the chat, I'm saying, oh, is this a hard pass for everybody, or is this something we should actually go after?
So,
It's definitely a
in
hard
my
pass for me.
in my opinion, it's only a no for me because, to me, it's not even a money thing. He's not on the field a lot. And
Right.
for him being, what is he, like 29 years old, 28 years old? I get that he's still
Mm-hmm.
got a little bit more life left in him, but for us to be doing what we're trying to do on defense, put it this way, he would be a great luxury pick for a team who did not just have a historically bad defense last year. Let's put it that
Mm-hmm.
way. um, that's just kind of where we're at. I mean, we can't afford to go get. I mean, God forbid. I know Dan Morgan. We just dealt with the DJ Wanham thing, and then Jonathan Brooks, hurt players. We can't afford to have guys come in here with a severe injury history or come in here already with some kind of injury. Again, it hindered us last year, and by the time we got everybody back, it didn't make much of a damn difference. So, yeah, I'm not down for bringing Joey Bosa here at all.
Any other reasons besides just that?
No, I mean, I think that's enough. I mean, we were the 32nd ranked defense, and to add to it, we were the most historically bad defense last year. Not to take anything away from what Joey Bosa has done, but outside of, I mean, I don't even know what his cap is, right? Cap hit was or anything like that for the Chargers. I have no clue. Um, but I can't foresee that being a wise option for Carolina to make. So,
Me as well. Me as well. Shout out to Earl Locklear in the building. Uh, the other thing too, man, is this. Let's see if you can follow the direction that I'm going on when I say this. Christian McCaffrey, we had him, although we drafted him, hurt.
yeah.
We just had J.C. Horn, even though we drafted him as well, but the majority of the time he was hurt.
Mhm.
Um, Guys that we've brought in on the line, look, Corbett coming, he was on the injury, hurt.
Mhm.
Um,
DJ Wanham,
Hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Jonathan
Uh,
Brooks.
Hurt. We just can't afford to keep right on just bringing guys in and stay hurt, man. I mean, I told you it's like Carolina is like the rehabilitation center for the NFL. And look, you can come get paid for the Carolina Panthers, and play as little as possible, get your money up, and work on your game just to go somewhere else and play there. Uh, I think that part of us and what we're doing over here, that's got to stop, man. It's
Yes.
got to stop. So, like, if we look and there's anybody that's available in free agency or whatever else, and then coming up in this draft, and they're injured or injured prone, we have to stay away from those
Pump the
guys. Look,
brakes.
we cannot keep thinking they're gonna magically be healthy with us. You feel me? That's got to end. That's got to end. Or then you just build through the draft, which is what I want to do anyway. You know,
But don't go drafting guys that, we'll talk about the draft another day, but there are a couple of guys who I was really high on that right now I could so easily pass on, even if they fell to us. I'm just not here for it this year.
with the
No.
injuries and things like that.
Right. And who I'm referring to is mainly Abdul Carter. I would love for him to fall,
Mhm.
but that stress reaction, I don't think people understand that
Yeah, I'm not
he
doing.
c
I'm not doing
if
that.
that stress reaction turns into a stress fracture in his pro day, I mean, he's out for the majority of the season.
Yeah.
Football players are on their feet all the time. If he can't be on his foot, then I don't like to call him useless. And you could argue, well, he'll come back the following season, but we need him now. That's my
Well,
point.
most people that are going to bring him in are going to bring him in to just to probably rehab his first year, and they're thinking
But
about
then
the
that means he's
upside that
not
they're gonna
worth.
get out
But
of him.
but then he's not
Right.
worth a top 10 pick in my opinion. But yet everybody's got him
Well,
going number one,
so we
which
should.
is
I mean, yeah.
crazy.
Well, we're not picking anyone number one, so we good.
Right.
We're
No,
not
I
gonna
know.
follow
But
that.
if he falls, I could just. Mm. Anyway,
They'll want him. They'll want him.
uh,
You
he's
know,
got all the talent in the world, but damn.
guys, no more
But
injured players.
in free agency, Twan, we can't afford to screw up free agency. We can't.
Hmm.
Literally, we financially cannot afford to screw up in
We
free
cannot.
agency.
We don't have the
Um,
money. I mean, I don't know how much
no,
money people think we have. I think we have just under $30 million.
I think we're right to call it. Say, we have right at about 30 mil. Yeah,
Yeah, you
and
gotta, you gotta, you gotta pay your free agent or whoever you think you're gonna bring in. You gotta pay all your draft people that you're bringing in. You
yeah,
gotta pay J.C. Horn.
which is why I
You gotta
think
pay Horn.
Twan. Which is why I think Twan, regardless of Dan Morgan saying that he feels like they're fine from a cap perspective, which is what he stated at his combine interview, there's no way you're not extending Taylor Moton to free up a crap ton of cap space. There's
Well,
no way you're not going to restructure a Robert Hunt or a Damian Lewis to free up
he
a
got
ton of
to.
cap space. He's
He
not
gonna
going to
have
have
to.
a choice. If he wants to be active in free agency and be able to pay JC Horn and be able to pay, having what we have right now is not going to be enough.
Mm.
So that's going to happen regardless. I know he said that, but there's just no foreseeable way that that's going to happen. So here we are. I was going
What
to say,
about Miles Garrett? What
uh,
do you think about Miles Garrett? It seems ridiculous to
oh,
say that, but
Miles Garrett. Um, I think it's simple. He wants to go to a contender. I don't blame him.
we're not contenders.
He's 30. Isn't he already 31? 30, 31?
Something like
He's
that.
he's already in that stage of his career where it's not also just about making money. He wants to go win. He wants to get a Super Bowl. He wants to get something out of his career. That ain't going to be over here. Not for
Mm,
a while. And I don't think he's willing to wait till he's 36 years old for that to be a reality for him.
it's not gonna happen.
That and with what we would have to pay him,
Mm,
no, that's all of our cap gone right there. All of our cap that we currently have. In
mm.
theory, the numbers I have seen, he could exceed our current cap per year. So he is an amazing football player. He
Right.
just is not going to be an amazing football player on the Carolina Panthers, unfortunately. So,
Um,
what say you, Twan?
I don't. I would not even gonna entertain that situation because when he says he wants to go to a contender, that's not us. End of conversation.
Yeah. Well, I
End
mean,
of
even if he wanted
conversation.
to come here, when I saw that it was going to be north of 30 million a year, I was like, oh well,
Well, yeah, and
he's out
besides,
already. Then
yeah,
it's like,
why even entertain it?
it's,
I another guy that's come up that a lot of people seems to be like even more interested in
mhm,
um, is DJ Metcalf. He yesterday he asked out of Seattle,
right.
and a lot of people are. And look, first of all, I'm gonna say this: I would love for DJ Metcalf to come here. I
Oh,
would
I would kill for it.
absolutely love it. How to make it happen is a whole nother. That's between Dan Morgan. Well, it makes total sense, and a lot of people are definitely asking for him. Well, there's a lot of people that are asking for anybody who becomes available. They want to come to Carolina. But we're only
Right.
going to talk about guys that can
Our
really make it here. Um,
and
I'll
as
let you
far
go first on DJ.
so as far as DK Metcalf, so here's my biggest thing with DK. Um, to me, he is young enough. He is 27. He is someone who you could give a 4 to 5 year extension to, and he could play until he's 32 years old, and you could get the most out of DK. I was all for it, and Twan can back me up on this. I was all for trading him when I got wind that all it would cost is potentially a third or a second round pick. My thought was, okay, if it's if a third is fine, then we can give up a third this year. Because in a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the mock drafts, if y'all been watching our show, that's about where we have been picking a wide receiver. So I thought, you know what, that makes sense. And you don't have to gamble on a kid in the third round being worthwhile because you already know what DK can do. That's the best option. And I said, if
Mm-hmm.
it's a second, see if you can negotiate for that second rounder to be for next year because we still need to build this defense.
Right.
So I was all for it. However, somebody upped the ante, or Seattle just got a little too big for their britches, so to speak, and said, you know what, we want a first and a third. To which
Mm-hmm.
I said, there's no way Carolina is going to do that. And they're not. Diana Rossini already reported it earlier today when she was on the Colin Cowherd show. There was a slew of teams, I think there's about 5 or 6, who she had contacted asking them about their intentions to potentially trade for DK Metcalf at that current price. And all of the teams, Carolina Panthers included, said they are not going to do it. So, as much as I would love to fantasize about the fact of DK coming here for something as simple as a second or a third,
Mm-hmm.
it sounded so tangible for all of 24 hours and the lid flipped. So I think Seattle eventually will back off of that a little bit. I think they
A
will back off
second and a
some.
third.
Huh?
We ain't giving up a second and a third for no.
No, I said a second or a third. That was initially what it was, like just
You said
one.
a second and a third. I
No,
was
an
like,
or.
what?
No, if it could be a third round, just pick 74 this year, and that's it. Or a second rounder for next year. Like if they want it to be a higher pick, see if you can negotiate it for being the second round pick of 2026. Not saying you give both, but one or the other, because that's all I was hearing that it was going to take. That's it. One or the other. That changed overnight to a first and a third,
Mm-hmm.
which automatically put us out. So as far as DK goes, it would be a prolific weapon for this team. And all we'd have to do is sacrifice potentially pick 74. That was totally tangible and totally foreseeable. That's
Right.
now changed. At this point, you can't bring him on. Also knowing what you're probably going to have to pay him in the long run to keep him
Right.
here. So there's a lot of things that go into it than just saying I want him here.
Mm-hmm.
It's we can want everybody all we want. It's not always going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So but that's where I'm at with it, Twan. Once everything switched and it became a first and a third, I was like, well, they're Carolina. That's it. They're not going to go
Earl,
for it now.
Earl Locklear says facts. Hey, everybody that a lot of people that are on watching on Twitter, you know what I'm saying, in the future would like for you guys to come over to the YouTube channel. So that that's where we make our money and where we really get our our numbers up with YouTube so that YouTube will push our content out there. We love it that you're watching on X, you know what I'm saying, but we really need you over here on YouTube in the future. So make sure you subscribe to the 704 Charlotte Bounce Show on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It seems like our audience, Claire, has shifted more over to X. You know what I'm saying? Like more
Might
people are
just be
watching
because
over
it's
there.
easier. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really watch a
So
whole lot of anything on
yeah,
X.
make sure you come over to our YouTube. So we'll have our numbers up. We appreciate it, everybody that's over there. But in the future, please come over to YouTube, and that's where you'll be able to find us. Um, whew, DJ Metcalf. Um, look, man, who would want an absolute warrior on their team, man? We see what this man can do. We see this man run down people.
Oh yeah.
We know how fast he is. We know how strong he is. Um, I think he will be a great addition to the team. I'm not going to say he's going to be a great addition to Bryce because everybody thinks
I didn't notice I
every
didn't say
move,
Bryce either.
everybody thinks every move we make on offense is for him. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It's a team sport. It's a team sport. Um, Neil Shadow said, "What do we think about Joey Bosa?" Yeah, we already talked about him. He's a no go, man. He's older. He can't stay on the field. Can't stay healthy. Uh, I predict that he's gonna sign like a 2 year deal with somebody. He ain't gonna get a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? It just won't be with us. And well, cross fingers. You know, we do dumb shit like that. So hopefully we won't. You know,
Yeah.
Relax and talk sports is in the building. Said, my only problem with DK is Bryce doesn't like to throw to the left side of the field per Bryce. Yeah. Well, we're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
hope
a
that
problem.
this idiot was actually just playing and not understand that everybody listens. You know, when he says stuff like that. You know, come on, man. Don't tell them. Well, we've seen him throw the ball to the left side of the field constantly. You know what I'm saying? He just said that's his hardest throws. So I can imagine he's gonna definitely have to work on that in the offseason, and he could probably use that as a weapon for people thinking he can't throw over there. So I mean, we clearly throughout the season saw him throwing balls to the left side of the field.
Yeah.
So I mean, even though he said that, you can't take that to heart. Shout out to Nick Tri-State in the building, bro. Again, the link is open for anyone to come on over. You know what I'm saying, and discuss what we're going on tonight, man. It's an open topic tonight. Well, it's not an open topic, but it's an open room. Tordon on the ones and twos with Claire over here to try to cast her, tracking down. um, DJ Metcalf, man, bro, listen. If they can clear the room, move some stuff around or whatever, I would love to take him. I really would. The beast that you know what I'm saying, is what I'm comfortable with. And I mean, I can't say enough about this dude, Claire. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I ain't gonna lie. For the first time when somebody became available, I was just like, oh my. All right, now what's the downside to the DK Metcalf for me? It's not just DK himself, but the downside for me always bringing a guy to your team is it seems to be like some type of negative or something that doesn't seem right when a guy is asking to leave one team and then you're bringing him into yours. Is he over whatever he was mad at with that last team? Or was it a problem there and he's just going to wind up bringing the problem to here? And then if he wasn't
hmm
happy with Seattle, then he's probably not going to be happy with the Panthers. Nick Charseed in the building. What's going on, Nick?
Yo, what's goody? What's goody?
What's going on?
Hey,
Chilling.
Nick.
How you doing? How you doing, AC? What's up?
What up?
Oh, not
Are
much
you
trying.
feel about? Are you think we can get Metcalf in here? How do you feel about it if we could?
Uh they're asking too much, man. I mean, rightfully so, right? You know, when you're negotiating someone or wanting to trade, you're gonna obviously ask a little higher. You know what I mean? Just to see if someone's gonna overpay. But ain't nobody gonna trade a first and a third for him. Nobody's trading a first round pick for a guy they're gonna have to pay $30 million to. That's just
Let, let,
something the
let me
Seahawks gonna
say
have to understand.
one more thing too that we haven't said yet.
Mm.
Whenever this is look, I'm talking to all NFL teams. Whenever a player wants out of your team, you are never going to get what you want for him because the other team knows he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, it's blatantly
It's
obvious.
never going to happen. When he
Diana
wants
Rossini.
out, when he wants out, he's pretty much just cut off half of whatever you want for him.
Yeah. What were you saying, Nick? You're mentioning Diana Rossini.
Diana Rossini was on the herd and hold on. Yo, yeah. Diana Rossini was on the herd and she was like, DK made demands like he wants to go to a contender that's a warm weather city. So I'm like, bruh, I'm like
We're only
that
half of that.
that narrows down the teams to like three. Right? Like the Rams, the Bucks, like and the Niners. Like, what's a warm weather team?
No,
I
the
just find it so
49ers, they're
funny
not
how
going to
he's
get
out here
him.
making demands. Like, he wants to trade and he's trying to dictate where he goes. That
Yeah,
shit
that's
mad
not gonna
funny to
happen
me.
either. It's not gonna happen either. He can say that he
Yeah.
wants to go where, whatever. They're gonna go. You going where we send you, man.
It's either that or you
I,
stay your butt in Seattle.
I keep wanting to tell people, look, man, the NFL is one of the one leagues where you just do not get to dictate too much.
Right.
It's a good old boys league, man. It ain't the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the NBA. So if you
No.
think, that you could just come in and go send me here or else or what, it's gonna be or else.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can
It
hear me
really is
now?
gonna be. Yeah, okay, you
Yeah, we
My
before.
can hear
fault.
you, Nick.
My fault.
No, you're good.
Hey, what do you feel about with the Miles Garrett situation too? Other thing with Miles Garrett is this: teams know Miles Garrett wants out of Cleveland. But see, the thing that we're not discussing too is Cleveland said they ain't trading Miles Garrett, so that's a real
Oh
situation
yeah,
going
that's
on
that's
there.
that's true too. And they just restructured Deshaun Watson, and I can only imagine it so they can offer Miles Garrett more money. That's what I'm assuming. Could
He
be
made
wrong.
it
I
seem
don't
like
there
it wasn't about the money; he just wanted out.
and he may. And if he does, either Cleveland will honor it or he will go pull what many players do every offseason and sit out.
Yeah.
And
If I'm
I'm
not
more
mistaken, didn't the Raiders say they weren't going to trade Khalil Mack, and then they ended up trading him when the price was good enough?
Yep,
All
I
these
think
all
yes.
these
that's
teams
why.
will say they're not going to trade these guys until the price is good enough, until the price is right.
Yep.
Right.
No, it's true. It's very true.
A first and a third for DK is like that's excessive as fuck.
They know that. They know that's not gonna
They
happen.
know and they know that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
He
could be
wants
why they're doing it,
out.
because remember, he requested it. They didn't tell him he can go find a trade partner or seek trade. He
Yeah.
requested it. So they
yeah.
could also be doing that to say, "Oh, you want out. Okay, well, here's what they have to do to come get you. If they're willing to do this, then they can have you."
Nobody,
um,
nobody, nobody wants to sit with a disgruntled player on their team. Just it doesn't help anyone,
no, it does not.
and you still got to pay him.
Yep.
For DK, I'd be open to a first round swap in picks and a third rounder. Seattle can get into the top 10. We'll drop back to 18 and we'll give you a third. I'll do that for DK Metcalf.
That's not entirely horrible.
I'm gonna say this one more time though. The reason why that sounds good though, Nick, but when a player, unlike a player who's not asking for something, when a player says, "I want out,"
Yeah.
the NFL is not stupid anymore. Now they're like, "Bro, I'm not gonna give you what you want.
Yeah,
He
right?
don't want to
Like,
be there.
like,
He don't want to
like,
be there."
bro, if I'm the Seahawks and he said he wants to go to a warm weather state, I'll send him somewhere cold intentionally.
Cool. Yeah.
Here, go to Green Bay, bro. Enjoy Wisconsin.
Man, he's not going to enjoy that. That is
No,
no
he won't.
fun. That is
Hey, how
no
about how
fun,
about the
bro.
Jaguars? How about the Jaguars cleaning house, dude?
Well, Claire said
Well,
was telling me about that. What's going on with that Jaguar
They they
situation?
traded
Jag-
they traded Christian Kirk for a seventh rounder to the Texans, which is an absolute steal.
then
And then they just
yeah,
released Evan Ingram.
and then they released Devin Duvernay.
So
Yo,
this is how this is
I'm for signing Evan Ingram. I don't know about y'all. He can't block for shit, but damn, he could catch the ball.
Mm, I
this is
mean,
this this is what I don't understand with the teams in terms of that is this is how I know players control where they go somewhat.
Yep,
Because why you said that to the Texans for a seventh round pick?
a seventh rounder, Twan. Christian Kirk,
But
he ain't
see,
no slouch. We know he ain't no slouch.
how does it just so happen that you're sending him to a good team? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Opposed to a team that could give you so much more for him.
yeah.
This is how I know these players are saying, "Nah, I ain't going there," or "I'm not doing that," or whatever. Send me to the Texans and I'll do it. Because I'm like, listen, how are the teams that are already good continuously getting these guys for nothing?
Yeah, I don't understand how Christian Kirk went for a fucking seventh rounder. Like he's
because he
he's
wanted to go
he's gonna
there.
be better than Tank Dell in the slot for them, bro. Everyone loves Tank Dell. He's gonna be better than him.
Wow. Oh, it must be some side deals going on, or like do this now, we'll do something later behind the scenes or something. This is not making sense, bro. It's not
This
making
is
sense.
well, this is why I've also been trying to tell fans. You guys can sit there and make all the big fuss about a high caliber player retweeting something about Bryce all you want to. It doesn't matter.
Oh, you talking about the Garrett Wilson thing?
Well, that's
Yeah,
that's the prime
an
example, but I
example. Yeah.
mean, but it's just like everybody sees that and they think, "Oh, he wants to come to Carolina." That's not at all what he said, and that's not at all what that means.
Hey,
Because I
bro, I know
guarantee
this man
you, if
don't got.
Garrett Wilson was asked, "Do you want to come to Carolina or go to the Houston Texans?" You think he's
Oh,
really going to pick Carolina?
hell
Really?
no.
That's my
Hell.
point.
I know this man. They got Sonny Weaver Jr.
He's
You
had
like that?
that down there. He's had that for a while.
I
Like,
just noticed them, bro.
oh, he's had that down there for a while.
I've embraced my crazy trades. You feel me? Like Sonny Weaver did in draft
Sonny
day.
Weaver Jr.
He said, yeah, I am a madman. Haven't I proven that already?
Yeah, exactly.
But
The Sonny Weaver of the football nation.
so outside of DK, so who else? Who else, Swan? Did you
All right,
want
my man from the Eagles, man.
who? Which one?
The one
Milton?
on the screen.
Here, I don't see anything on the screen.
Look, I'll give you some
Oh, Milton
hints.
Williams? Or are you
I'll give
talking
you some
about?
hints. None dirty, like the busted beard, busted hair on his head. Uh,
Fuck.
what else? Looks like a wolf man. Like, dude, do you ever comb your hair ever? Defense?
I mean, I guess Milton Williams. It's not Zach Bond.
No,
Zach
it ain't
Bond,
no
I think, has
Milton
no hair.
Williams. He's on the screen. He's on the screen right now, man.
Oh, Miles Garrett?
No, he said he's on the
With
Eagles.
Philadelphia.
Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat.
It's Josh Sweat. You
He's
guys are
on the screen.
tripping.
Oh, he's on the background. I thought you put his image up, and I'm like, Twan, there's no image.
He's
I
right
didn't
there in
realize
the
I
back.
wasn't looking for him in the background. I was looking for him like you had popped up an image of him, and I'm like, what image are you talking about? No, I just saw him. Yeah, okay. Josh
Uh,
Sweat.
mm. See, let me, and Claire and Nick, let me get y'all opinion on something.
Okay.
This is why, if you are a football team, if you don't have great connections around the league, you will always kind of be trashed the middle of the way, bro. Because what is Dan Morgan's reputation around the league? Who can he pick up the phone and go get what he needs from? You know what I'm saying? People are gonna constantly call him, but who can he pick the phone up and go get something? You know what I'm saying? Like pick up and go get a Josh Sweat or whatever. Um, we already know our head coach is not well known. I mean, he just was just an offensive coordinator with Tampa Bay. So, um, like, who on our team is in the front office has the cachet to get on the phone and make things happen? Do we have one of those people?
I think it
Be
depends on how you
completely
look at it.
honest. I
Yeah.
don't care how you look at it.
Like, do we
Okay,
have a
Tell me,
but
Howard Roseman GM who's hyper aggressive in the
no,
offseason? I don't
yeah,
think so.
I'm not talking about the top of the line, but listen, do we have anybody in our front office that the league is like, oh man, like bro, I don't think we have anybody like that. I don't know the last time we had someone like that. You got to go all the way back to Gettleman.
Yeah. I was about to say Gettleman.
I'm I'm just asking the question. I mean, really, do we? The only way you can make deals happen is, guys, it just
Well,
seems
I
like
think
weird.
I yeah, okay, but
It
I
seems
think
like
it's
weird
crazy to
kids that
think
are not
that
invited to the party, bro.
okay, but you're also making it seem like that Dan Morgan just doesn't know anybody.
No, I'm
He's
just
been in,
asking the
he's
question.
played in
I
the,
ain't
he's
said he
played.
didn't know anybody.
I was gonna say, he's played in the league, and then he took a front office role, and he's been doing that for a long time. He's he was what with Seattle.
for
He
like
was with
9 years. For oh
he
no,
was
no, Canales was 9 years. Dan Morgan was there for like 6 or something like that, 5 or 6 years.
and then he went to
You
the Bills, and then he came here. But just because he hasn't bounced, to me, it's a great thing he hasn't bounced around from a crap ton of teams because that means that he's been able to keep his job going. I don't
okay? I
Exactly.
want a
put it
guy
to you.
that every couple of years he's like, oh, he's with the Lions. Okay, well now he got let go, or he's now a new regime came in, so now he's with the Bears, and now he's with this team, and now he's with that team.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
To me, I would prefer for it to
Someone who
show that
provides
someone's
stability.
yeah, than someone who every couple years he's in a new regime somewhere because
All right,
that
so
either tells me poor ownership or he's not doing his job.
Yep.
well, I mean, it seems like it's a revolving door with us because we're constantly firing people over there. But the
Well,
thing is,
that's
what I'm
okay,
saying is this: Michael Jordan played the game, bro. He was probably the greatest.
right? But
As a
he's a
GM, he
shitty
was the worst. You
he's a shitty GM and a
know
shitty
what I'm
owner.
saying?
So
That's what I'm
I never
saying.
understood that, y'all. Why do the great players make such shitty GMs and bad coaches?
I
I
Like,
don't
I never
uh,
know.
understood that, bro. Like Michael Jordan, shitty GM. Magic Johnson was a good coach. Isaiah Thomas wasn't a good coach. The only person who was an exception was Larry Bird. Larry Bird was a great head coach in the NBA. But like a lot of these NBA, NFL guys, they're not great. I mean,
can can I tell you
Aaron Glenn
why,
was
Nick?
solid.
Can I tell you why, Nick? And this is gonna sound
I think I might know what you're gonna say.
go ahead. Let's see if you can go ahead.
Gonna say because this is something that my uncle told me. He goes, sometimes those really great players, they know exactly what it takes, and like when they see a player half-assing it, they're just like, fuck them. Like I ain't even gonna fuck with
That's
that.
part of it. The other
Yeah.
part of it too is there's never really going to be, I mean, and this is nothing against Larry Bird, and I'm not saying that he was not ever a great basketball player. I'm not really a big basketball person anyway. But I
Oh, he
You
was
don't know
think
great.
what
Me
you
and Twan will tell you, he was
you
great.
don't, you don't know what you're missing.
but my I know. But my whole thing is, and this is just in general. I think the reason why great football players or great basketball players don't always make the cut when it comes to being a great coach or a great GM or even a great owner is because they if they were one of the greats, they are very absorbed into themselves and how they made the sport great and how they made an impact. Trying to do
Mhm.
that as an owner or a GM or a coach hits so different than it does when you are actually playing the game. And I think unless they were to take the seat of I'm wanting to educate and better the next generation of players versus I'm wanting to do this because I'm wanting to be the greatest coach in the league, just like I was the greatest player in the league, I think the mentalities get a little bit skewed when they go and transition into that role. Guys who may have not been the greatest players, but turn out to be the greatest coaches, usually it's because they weren't ever in that spotlight. They didn't have that kind of mentality. They were just wanting to go out there to do the best that they possibly could and take it as far as that could take them. And it's sometimes easier to accept it early and go into a coaching position and say, I've been in the league. I know what rejection feels like. I know what this feels like. I know what not to do. I've got mentors. There's a lot of things that they are willing to be open to having like access to for young players. These big prominent guys, it was all about them. When they become a coach, it's no longer all about them anymore. And I think that is part of it to a degree. Um, and not everybody's meant to be a coach. And if how a lot of people said that Michael Jordan was as a player, I could see why maybe he wouldn't be the greatest coach. A
Yeah,
lot of
because he
people
just
said that he
demands
was
excellence all the time. Like
yeah,
Michael Jordan looks like the type of guy, like if you miss a game winner, like he's gonna come up to you and be like, "Sucker, you a buster. I would have made that." Like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, that's
Michael
what I'm
Jordan
saying.
comes off like someone like that. Like you a bitch
Like
for
the
missing that.
greatest guys will
Let's
demand
have
a
your
lot.
stats in, brother. Let's put your stats up there. It
Yeah,
says that
that's
you
what I
missed several.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's the greatest players because they were so good and it was all about them trying to flip that and put it on another kid on a kid or on anyone else. There's a demand for excellence that is so high that it's almost unseeable with how high it is. And then there's also the side of because it's no longer all about them, and if they have not humbled themselves enough to understand that it's not about you, it's about these kids now, then you have another dynamic you have to fight with. So I think that's two of the things. But yeah, Michael Jordan, I don't know why anyone ever thought he could be a good GM or a good coach. He just from all the stuff I've heard and the stuff I've read, he was very brash is the nice way to put it.
Yeah, very blunt.
Yes.
Maybe a little too honest.
Yeah. So,
Well, my thing with Dan Morgan is this, and I'm probably in the minority.
mhm.
I never really, I wasn't excited when we got Dan Morgan as a GM. I'm over the whole you used to play for the team, so we did that thing with Reich, and now you turn right around and then you get an ex-player from Carolina to be the GM. And I know why we couldn't get a really good GM because of our owner. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted to come here and GM for him. So in the back of my head, me knowing that Dan Morgan was just the best that we could get, that me knowing that Dave Canales was the best that we could get, and before you say something, it is because of Doug Tepper, man. Nobody wanted to come here and coach or GM this team because of that guy, bro. They didn't. I mean, we can't pretend like that wasn't a
That's
real
a
thing.
fact. That's a
We can't
fact.
pretend like that wasn't a real thing.
oh
And
no,
so
it's a
I'm
very
gonna
real thing.
I'm gonna always think that Dan Morgan is not the best GM we can have. And Canales, I mean, that's still to be proven with him. But when we got him, come on, man. Canales still probably wouldn't be anybody's head coach if it wasn't for Tepper's actions, bro.
It's it's
So with
it's
that,
to be determined for Dan Morgan as
right.
well because this is his first. This was just his first year. Assistant GM, I feel you, but as being the main guy, like this offseason is gonna tell a lot for me with Dan Morgan and what type of
But
GM he
Yeah.
is.
he sat right there behind Federer, though, man. You didn't do nothing. You had no say so at all.
Considering David
And,
Tepper
and then,
loved waving
and,
around the fact that he has veto power, maybe
yeah.
not.
But let me say this though, Claire, and Nick, and then tell me if you agree with this. And then I was just like, well, I guess we'll see what he can do. And with the second pick in the draft, who did he go get?
Jonathan Brooks, man,
A
fuck.
hurt player. And then, and Claire was like, oh, Twan's going off on draft night. Like, Twan, too. I was like, man, because, bro, I feared this. And then one of the first moves he makes as a GM is to go get a hurt guy.
I hear
So
you.
that
That's
didn't
one mistake. I
seal
feel
my
you.
confidence. Yeah, that didn't seal my confidence, bro.
Yeah, but then you got
And
to
then,
look back at. But then you got to look back at. He did get Brooks, but he also regained that second round pick that we didn't have. So he got that. So there's a bright side. Flipping Mingo for a fourth rounder, huge hit. You know what I mean? There's a couple things. I feel you on the Jonathan Brooks. I mean, I wanted
but
Braden Fish
what I'm saying
or
is,
Cooper DeJean bad.
but what I'm saying, Nick, is what are we turning those picks into? If we ain't turning it into if he's
Into
not
anything, I
turning
feel
it
you.
into anything,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
But right now, I'm not really harping on what happened just over a season ago. I think what is crazy, and this is what people need to understand, is that like it or not, y'all, Xavier Leggett and Jalen Coker. Actually, let's just focus on Leggett. I'm not even going to go deep into this. Xavier Leggett was the most productive rookie we have drafted in over 8 years, outside of DJ Moore. We've drafted 3 or 4 wide receivers since XL, and he was the most. In one
Yeah.
season, he had some
So,
of the most yards, the most touchdowns of a rookie wide receiver, and it's not like he blew it out of the water because he didn't.
that's what
But
I was about to
that's
say. But is that a
stat.
good thing? Is that a
It's
good thing?
it's not okay, but that's my point, Twan. My
And that's,
point is we are harping on Dan Morgan for one thing, and I get it's not the greatest thing, but at the same time, he wasn't in charge. If you want to put it, look
I'm,
at it this way, he was not in charge of picking all the bullshit that we had beforehand.
but I'm not harping on one thing. I'm harping on
You're
several things that he's
you're
done.
Okay, and
Several.
it's okay.
You okay? So I wasn't even with getting XL in the first place.
Well,
It
but
was it
that's
was
that
way
came
better. It
down
was way better receivers than him.
Yeah, Lad McConkey
First
won one.
place. Lion
Yeah.
McConkey and all these guys out there. It was way better receivers than him. I'll leave Keon Coleman out of this. I'll just name the other receivers that were way better receivers out there. Then you traded up to do that for some 50 option that didn't, because we was at that 30. Okay, then you get a hurt running back. You know what I'm saying? Now everything after that to me was kind of golden. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see how that works out. And then I mean, it was so like and then Coco unsigned. We signed him. Probably should have been drafted in the draft. I don't give him. That was a good pickup to go get that guy. I give them credit for that. You know what I'm saying? That was good to go get him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying Morgan sat under Federer. You know what I'm saying? He knew what was going on out there, whatever. And then when you come out, I feel like you want to come out making a splash, and you came out doing much of the same stuff that he did. Now, in terms of the trading, in
he
terms of
just
the trading and all that
he
stuff, he ain't did nothing like that as far as what Federer did. That's to come. I'm
I was
just
gonna
saying, bro,
say,
listen,
so we're
I
not
ain't
gonna act like
not
Robert
sure
Hunt and
that
Damian Lewis
river.
were not the best thing to happen to this team so far.
It
But
was,
okay.
but listen, why am I going to give him credit for him for something that he had to go do? We had to do that. Bryce Young showed
But you
everybody he
also got to be
got
right.
in front
You
of
also got to be
him.
correct. You got to be right too. It's like you were saying
They
before. You said
they
the other day
invested a
on
ton.
PPP's channel. No, I was
Yeah.
gonna
Go
say
ahead,
real
Nick.
quick. It was like Twan said on PPP's channel the other day. It's not just drafting. You got to draft well. You can't just sign people. You got to make sure you make the right decision. So at least he was right about those two. That's a
I was
fact.
gonna
What
say
EC said for
Robert Hunt
sure.
and Damian Lewis could have easily come in here and it could have bombed, but it didn't.
Yep.
Not based on what they was doing at their other teams. I mean, that was two of the greatest picks. I'm giving them credit for that. But but listen, we saw what Bryce Young looked without those guys on the line, bro. You know, and some will say we all brought them in there. Bryce was even worse. But I say you can't put that on the line. You got to put that on Bryce. I just
So
don't,
y'all want
man.
y'all.
I just feel like we could have look. I, man, Dan Morgan is cool. I mean, obviously he played with the team. I just know that we could have a way better GM that's got way better connections, bro.
Okay, but here's my counter to that. If they're a very good GM and they're better than Dan Morgan, they've already got a job somewhere and aren't looking for a job. So what better GM is out there?
Well, I mean, look, check this out. I'm not
No,
talking about going to
no
go.
answer. I'm
I think
being
you.
serious. What better
I'm,
GM is out
I'm
there
not
that
saying
could have
so.
been available?
I think you got me confused in thinking that I'm saying we should have went and got somebody else's GM. I'm saying we could have went and got somebody else to be the GM,
Like who?
not not a GM that was a. Uh, I like Renner. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we had shows before about guys that were coaches that should turn GM and guys that can. Hey, look, man, it's a lot of guys out there with a lot of knowledge, man, and know uh, uh, the league like that, and were well known and have great connections that we could have went and got. The thing was is would they want their first GM job to be with David Tepper? And the word was out, no. So Temple had to turn to somebody in the office and go, "Well, I guess it's your job."
With us going 2-15 plus Tepper, and I think seeing how Bryce Young, it looked like it was just a bomb and bust kind of a deal. No. And honestly, and that's why I'm not trying to put as much on Dave Canales or Dan Morgan when it comes to all this, because none of what happened, other than, I mean, you could say Dan Morgan, I guess, they inherited what this was, like it or not. They inherited it. Okay. So I'm not going to sit here and say that because XYZ wasn't fixed and because we didn't make the playoffs this past season or anything like that, because I've heard it,
Man, there's
and
no way we was against no
y'all are
playoffs.
nuts, by the way. that it's all their fault because they didn't do this and they didn't go get this guy that I wanted and they didn't draft this person and we didn't go after this position. Y'all, we have to we are not in a win now scenario. And I'm tired of repeating myself. We are not in a win now scenario, which is a big reason why a lot of these free agents that y'all want to goo goo and gaga over, I am not for bringing here, nor would they want to come here. We are not in a win now situation. We're not. It sucks. I get it, but we're not. We are
Let me,
rebuilding.
let me say this real quick. Hey, Nick Tri-State, I want you to hear this.
Ugh.
Why hasn't Dan Morgan, whoever, why haven't they signed J.C. Horn already?
I don't know, bro, but it's
What
starting
are they
to.
waiting on?
I'll
So,
tell y'all one
so
thing.
why? No, hold on. Why would you wait until some team comes out and pays a cornerback some ridiculous money, and then J.C. Horn's agent is like, "Oh well, now we got to be, why is this man not signed yet? This is a sign of poor in office. Man, like that man should have been signed right away, immediately. Why is he not signed yet?
I don't know, and it's
Let's
gonna
play
be.
games, bro.
I'll tell you one thing. I was telling Prime this. Shout out Prime. I was like, yo, if we
Shout out
don't
to Prime.
sign him, by the beginning of the new year, which is what in 6 days, 7 days, something like that, that's gonna be pretty alarming, low key.
I think there are two reasons why he's not signed yet. Both could be true, or one could be true, or neither could be true. But I'm going to go with both are going to be true. I think due to his injury history, there is the likelihood that what the figure that he has in his mind could be completely different than what Brant Tillis and Dan Morgan have in mind. Or to add to that, it could also be the duration of the contract, the length of it. They may not be wanting to pay him for 5 plus, 5 or whatever years. Maybe they want it to be less because of injury history. Don't know. The other thing could be who says that it's not JC, not to put it on a player, but I've heard of this happening before. Who's to say it's not JC holding out, wanting to see what more he could put in for the bargaining chips on his side as far as what he could ask for? Because if he does wait around long enough, if someone does get paid, he could end up saying, hey, well, they just got paid this. He could be holding out. We do not know. We don't know. Both of those scenarios could be true.
We got Kendall in the house, man. Kendall, go. What's up, bro?
Claire, you are the smartest person in the room. You're the smartest person walking on 2 feet right now. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's exactly.
This
You got
man,
two. You got two cornerbacks. God damn it. Well, I
this
can't
man
think
didn't
of their
even say
name.
hello back.
Hey, I come in. I just come in the room. I come in the room. But
Uh,
the other two guys are gonna reset the market. You're exactly right, Claire. Um, who is it? I can't think of
Stingley
it.
and Sauce Gardner, two all first team all pros.
There you go.
They got all the
So
negotiation.
it's
JC
Brian.
can't negotiate with them. He
It's
can't.
the Brian. He don't have to, Nick.
He-
You understand what I'm saying? Once they set the market, then he falls in there somewhere in between or right up under them. You see what I'm saying? So
no, no,
it
yeah,
would
that's
not
what I'm
behoove
saying.
him. Yeah, it wouldn't behoove him. Same thing with Burns. See, when y'all keep hollering, Burns did it. It wasn't Burns. It's the market. When Nick Bosa, who was the best edge rusher at that time, set the market at 35 or 30, whatever he got. You see what I'm saying? It was his
Mhm.
time to fall right in there. But see, the Carolina Panthers still want to pay him that 27 where he was at when he got the 12 sacks the year prior. They should have paid him the year prior. But see, we
Debatable.
always a day late and a dollar short.
Eh.
Always.
but
Hold
but
on.
this
Can I
time
say
that
one thing in regards to that? Hold on, real quick, Twan.
yeah.
I understand the reset of the market, but there has to be, and this is where I different like I feel for both sides, the player and the GMs, because a guy like J.C. Horn, yeah, he just made the Pro Bowl. Yes, that's a great negotiation tool to use when you're trying to get a new contract. However, Sauce Gardner as a rookie was first team All Pro. Derek Stingley was just first team All Pro. You don't have a first team All Pro, therefore you should not be getting paid as much as these guys. You need to
First,
be
hold,
three
hold
to
on, hold
five
on, hold
million
on, hold on.
dollars less because these guys are
JC
proven.
Horn had two freak accidents.
That's what they said about Burns.
Two freak accidents. He got hit by friendly fire, got his wrist
Yep.
broken.
Hmm.
Jeremy
And then the other
Chinn,
was a
and then
freak injury, non contact. Yep, that could happen to anyone.
non-contact injury on ragged ass turf
Yep,
that
could
everybody
happen to
talks about.
anyone.
Could have happened to anybody. Two freak it. But when he was on the field a whole year, he showed you who he was. We knew who he was when we drafted him. The pedigree, second, the legacy. You understand what I'm saying? You knew who he was.
Hmm.
He could have been. He was supposed to be right in line with them boys right there. If that didn't happen, you know who he is. I don't know why everybody think he talking about he's injury prone. The injuries were not like injuries that his body is broke up or some shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
we got to stop that shit.
You know what I
People,
can't stand as Panther fans too? That I love how people tend to forget his second year he played 14 games and he was one of the highest ranked corners in the league that year. People tend to just forget that. Like they just think, oh, he just
Before the
got
risk, yeah,
hurt. Bro, he had
before the risk
14
level,
games in
he
his second year and he
yeah.
played hella high volume football.
well,
And
the
don't
reason why
forget
I think
the team been shit the whole time.
the
The
reason
team
why I
has
think
been
people
shit.
call the reason why people call him injury prone, from my opinion, is that they usually call guys injury prone when they're getting hurt from freak accidents. You know what I'm saying? Like when they're not actually involved in physical play. They're just like, man, if you're getting hurt and there was no physical contact, like Christian McCaffrey started falling into that situation. He was just running and then he pulled up with a thigh muscle or something like that constantly. You know what I'm saying? So they were just like, if he can become so injured without physical play, and I'm not saying that that's the situation going. I mean, I'm just saying that this is what
But that
people
wasn't JC.
think.
That wasn't JC. That
This
wasn't
is what they
JC
think when
saying
it
though,
comes in.
Tron.
But the thing
Yeah,
is,
that was not
but
what
the fact,
happened to him.
but the fact remains is this. This is where I'm with Nick. Can you really go demanding that type of money, man, after just one good season?
Well, he
He has
had
two
more
good
than one
seasons.
good
He has
season,
two good
Twan.
seasons, he has
Yeah,
two good
yeah.
seasons, but these other guys were first team all pro. That's after defensive player of the year. That's one of the, for an individual player, you have MVP,
Um,
offensive or defensive player of the year, and then first team all pro is like one of the most
But
highest
see,
regarded things you can be in the
but
league.
see, you're not comparing him to them. They're gonna set the market. You see what I'm saying? He just happens to be right there while they setting the market. That's just like any other job in the country in the world. If this person comes and say, boom, this is what I'm making. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm the best. Then the next person that comes behind them that you said, damn, but he's good. You know what I'm saying? He ain't good as him. So you know, give him this right here. Because this guy just set the market. He made a whole new bridge. You know what I'm saying? He put a
that was
whole
my
new
whole.
bar up.
That was my whole point. Is why didn't they sign him? Why did they wait so late? Okay,
You
so look,
didn't have you didn't have no money.
I'm gonna use
You was
Chuba
in
Hubbard
you in
as
cap
I,
hell.
I'm gonna use Chuba Hubbard as an example, right? They signed Chuba Hubbard early, right? And then look what Saquon Barkley just got paid. Chuba getting paid what Saquon getting paid for 4 years, what Saquon is gonna do in two. So that was a great. It looks like it was a great signing on our half to go ahead and do that. Why did we wait this late, man? You know what I'm saying
You
to
you
sign
really just
J.C. Horn
compared
when you knew
Chuba.
we was bringing him back.
You
I
really just
think
I'm,
compared Chuba Hubbard
I'm
to
comparing the
Saquon.
contracts. I'm comparing the contracts. No. Chuba Hubbard got paid is getting paid what for 4 years. What Saquon is getting for two. Saquon is getting the same Chuba money, but he's like, I'm getting this for 2 years. Saquon comes out better. I'm just saying we save money. And then no, I'm not comparing Chuba to him like down the line, but he was still a top 10 running back. I mean, we wanted that. Why not do the same thing with Horn, bro? Go ahead and
the
pay that man. You know you're bringing them back. And Horn said out of his own mouth, I'm gonna be loyal to Carolina because they was loyal with me and they waited around for me through all my injuries and whatever. That came out of his mouth. He said that right there in the stadium.
so the only thing I can think of as to why is because kind of like I mean, and I do think injury has something to do with it because he even said in the beginning of the season that he's wanting to just focus on staying healthy. I think there's a reason for that. I think had they paid him at the beginning of this year, and I mean, obviously hindsight's always 2020. He stayed healthy all the way through, but let's say it did happen where he got injured and they just paid him. So I think they were wanting to see if he could stay durable throughout the entire season
Yeah.
and then move forward, which that's
Hmm.
well within their right. I don't
Yeah.
blame them. I do
Yeah.
not. And he's
Yeah.
still going to be on his fifth year option this coming year,
Right,
but
right.
they've already, at least they're already actively working on a contract. And it's not like, okay, now his fifth year option's up and we're just now wanting to work on it. So in a sense, they are paying him early. The problem is, and this is where I think this is why, and I'm not saying that JC Horn's doing it on purpose. He could be, but it actually serves him better to wait to see what Gardner and also what Stingley are going to make because it
Hmm.
will help him. And if he wants to hold out and wait until that's over with, he can do that.
I don't want to sound like a. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to look. If I'm thinking like the owner now, man. I don't look. I want to get him as for as cheap as I can get him for. I'm not rooting for this man to get as much money as he could possibly get because we got to
Well,
get other
that's your
people.
right.
We
Yeah,
got to pay
that's
other
your
people
right
on
as an
the
owner.
team. Right.
That's
Right.
your right as an
So
owner, and that's what the GM is supposed to do. He's
what
supposed to
I'm
get
saying
the
is,
team as cheap as he can, the whole nine.
yeah,
That's what an owner's supposed to do. That's what a
yeah, bro.
GM is supposed to
Like
do.
I understand what Horn doing.
But
Look,
don't be
I want
stupid.
Horn
Don't
to
be
get paid.
stupid now.
No,
Don't be
I know
stupid.
that, and that's the thin line. That's the thin line between the
Yeah.
shit, the things that we do. Now, I want Horn to get paid. Absolutely. I came in here. Look, it's not about him not getting paid. I'm like, just go ahead and pay the man, bro. I mean, what could he be possibly asking for? You know what I'm saying? That y'all ain't with or whatever. Just pay him because it's gonna get a lot worse. Today's prices are not tomorrow's prices, bro. They could be in a
Right.
situation
That's I feel like we're
after
saying the same thing
Sauce.
but not
That's
saying the
what I'm
same
saying.
thing.
After Sauce gets signed or whoever, you may find out it may have worked out better if you just went over what he wanted. Because now you got to pay some more money
But
or whatever,
Juan,
man.
my point is what if what JC wants to do is to wait? He signed he's still on his fifth year option this year. What if his decision is I want to wait to see what they get? That could be
Yeah.
what he's wanting to do. That's what I am
I'm
saying.
saying. I'm saying my look, but this goes
So
back to what Nick Trice said. I'm not giving it, you, bro. I'm sitting tell. I'm not gonna give you their money. So if that's what you're waiting out for, I'm not doing it.
You could
well
get
and
you could
He's
be in the
not getting
ballpark.
wanting
You could
their
be in the
money.
ballpark. Like
I'm
if
gonna go ahead
Stingley
But
gets
and
20,
yeah,
in my opinion, bro, I looked at the highest paid
make
corners, right?
that known right away, bro.
Jalen Ramsey and Sertan are at 24 million. Now I'm gonna assume Sauce and Stingley are gonna get about
they're
a
gonna
mil or
reset the
two.
market.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna get more. JC falls, in my opinion, he's around. I think a fair contract for him, 4 years, 88 million, 22 million a year. You're right above Marlon Humphrey.
I'll
You're in the
take
top
that.
five range. That's a fair contract. That
Them
is a
boys
fair
gonna get
contract.
them boys is gonna get somewhere between 26 and 28
Yeah, you're right,
is where that's gonna fall.
and
That
they
that
should because they're
then they
first team
had
All
JC
Pros.
at like 20. I seen a thing that said like 20 hit it might have been Sports Track or something like that. It should have been at 20.3 something other mil. Okay, so when they come up there and they reset the market at about 28, you see what I'm saying? He's gonna move
He's
up
gonna
to
want
probably
25 now. Yep,
or somewhere like 24, something like that.
yep,
You see
yep,
what I'm
yep,
saying? Is where it's gonna
yep.
be. And you damn right. I'd wait if they're that's what the article that I read said. They're set to get paid. I couldn't remember who it was when I first come on, but they set to get paid. You gotta wait on them at the top corners in the market to get paid, and then you know what I'm saying. You get your money where you fall at. That's just the way it works.
Hey, Twan, and y'all want to hear the? We had
He
29
already
million. Y'all
he
want to
getting
hear?
2012 already.
Y'all
I
want to
got
hear the path to 60 million, and it's not as crazy as y'all think it would be to get 60 million in to free up 30 million in cap space. Uh, if you cut John Radigan, that's 1.4 million. If you cut Miles Sanders, that's 5.2 million. So that's 6.6. And then if you cut Shy Tuttle's useless ass, that'll bring us to about 10 million, 9.8. We'll round it up to 10 million. If you re-sign JC, that creates almost another 10 million. And if you extend Moten, you also create another 12 million. Is that
the
crazy
problem.
to say for us to do those five things and create 30 million in cap space?
They're probably
That's
going to do all those things
that
anyway.
that doesn't sound wild to me. You feel me?
I know they're definitely going to do the Taylor Moton thing. Those other guys, why keep those guys, bro? You're going to go draft those
I just
positions
looked
now.
at this, right? Miles Sanders would be a $5.2 million cap. We'd get that back. Kareem, who's better, Miles Sanders or Kareem Hunt? Kareem Hunt, right? Kareem Hunt signed. Granted, it was with the Chiefs, $1.2 million contract. You're telling me Kareem Hunt isn't going to get 4 or 5 million? Is that's not a fair? It's not a fair contract for a guy. And I know Kareem Hunt will be way more productive than Miles Sanders.
Are we sure they bringing Miles Sanders back?
I would cut him, bro, and go get like
Nah,
Kareem Hunt or Jalen Warren.
they had a thing up there to cut. The deal was to cut him. You're going to restructure Hunt and Lewis because you
Yeah.
had to
They
what the
restructure
fuck
Herman
up
Lewis. Yeah.
where they fucked up at, which they had to do this because of all the injuries they had. They had
Hmm.
to restructure Wanham and somebody else's deal in the middle of the year, and that caused some more dead cap money that they didn't want because they had to bring in. You remember when they brought in all these filler linebackers and stuff like that? They had to do that just to pay those guys. So when you're talking about now once again, you live by that, you die by it. Once you start restructuring and this and that, you better hope it works out.
Yep.
Because the next thing
What,
you know what I'm saying, you carrying more dead cap in the 2025. I mean
what about LeBron?
2026.
What about LeBron Ray and
Yeah, they gonna be
Sean
here.
Robinson and these guys?
Well, Ashawn probably gonna be here, but Ray and Tuttle, yeah, you're gonna draft that. That rookie that's coming in is gonna take their place in a rotation because you still got Crumity. You didn't see him because he was hurt half the year.
I don't think we're gonna keep David Moore either, the wide receiver.
And then far as a running back, you got so many running backs, man. You could bring in probably three
It's
or
a lot
four
of
UDFA's and just try them out. You know what I'm saying? For like a
For
couple hundred
dirt cheap,
thousand
for
dollars.
nothing.
Yeah,
Who the hungriest? Show
yeah.
me who's the hungriest. Who want it the most?
And at least one of them will make the team. You know what I'm saying? That's why they
so
thinking about cutting Blackshear. Did they re-sign Blackshear?
No,
Or did
they
they
cut Blackshear.
No.
they cut him? Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So they cut him. You see what I'm saying? Because you can get what he was doing. That's gonna come out of the deal.
Well, Carolina Panthers word, Carolina Panthers are they did speak with Scottaboo, so I don't make much of it when people speak. I think they're just doing their due diligence when they talk to these players.
They're
Some
not.
people
They're
take
not.
talking as you're going to draft them. That's not always the case, but I mean, I think Carolina, one of our DNA and what we've always been known for in our past was our run game. Set up everything else. So I would love to get back to that two back system. You know, people gonna just think differently of how you arrive to that. Um, I wouldn't mind having Scottaboo. It's just we just need defense.
He can't pass block though, man. He got to learn how to pass block, which he has a chance to develop in the NFL, right? I mean, he has a
Yeah.
great low center of gravity that'll help with pass protection. If he learns how to pass protect, he could be an every down back in the NFL, low
Chuba
key.
got good at it when he got here.
Yeah, Chuba couldn't. You're right. You're right, Twan. Chuba couldn't block for shit when we got him.
So
Yeah. So
Now he
what's
can.
up?
I'm just see.
Chuba is respectable as a blocker now. He holds his
What's going
own.
on, Big Tight? Shout out to Big Tight in the chat, man.
Lake
I'm just
Show.
see.
Oh, Lake Show gonna whoop the Knicks ass tonight, Twan.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting. I'm getting off before the game come on.
I just can't wait to see all these heartbroken guys who think we're gonna get all these names, man.
Hey, that's what.
No,
Hey,
no, no. We don't even need to do that because, like
that's
AC
what,
said, we're rebuilding, bro. We don't need to go out
yeah.
and get all
You
aggressive.
one of them. You one of them, cause I hear you every day.
Listen.
Let's go
I'm
get
never.
such and
I'm
such.
never.
I want to
Hold on.
get this guy. We need to go trade for this guy.
Give
I
me an
don't hear you
example.
talking about trading. The nigga from um um
The
Green
Jets.
Bay. Green Bay.
Oh, Jair.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Let's
mean the guy that
trade
the
for him
Packers
and
say
let's
they don't
see
want anymore?
this
You
and
say
that.
you one of them, Nick.
I
One
mean,
of
I'm.
them.
So what's? Hold on. What's wrong for getting
They're
Jair
gonna end up
Alexander
they're gonna end
when
up releasing
his
him
asking price
anyway.
his asking price is never going to be as low as it is right now?
they're gonna release him anyway. They're not. They're
Yeah.
gonna end up releasing him
Yeah,
anyway.
I don't. Yeah, I think they're
But
gonna
but
let
but
him.
but hey,
They
but
can't keep him.
am I wrong by saying this right here? You look at all the names. Go around the league now. Just go around the league and scratch your head and see people that they releasing or see what they're releasing. A lot
Am
of
I
defensive
crazy
players,
for saying I like
defensive
Jair and
tackles,
JC together?
hold up, Nick. Defensive tackles, corners, linebackers, stuff like that. Why? Because this draft is full of them. Great players. 80, 85 plus rating players. Day one starters that you can probably get that you're going to steal in the second and third rounds of this draft right here. This draft is loaded, man. Loaded.
Mm.
Everybody's releasing players.
I'm gonna say
Let's
it
get
one
it
more time,
today.
bro. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say what I just said before. If Dan Morgan don't get it right,
He's
the way this, come on, man.
yeah,
It's easy. It's easy this time, bro.
it's
This
easy.
draft is loaded. It's
Loaded.
easy this time, bro. It's no excuses after this, man.
If he hop
You know.
around that board and do some dumb trade back shit and
Yeah.
this and that and all,
Don't
man,
get cute, bro.
Y'all
yeah,
say it's
yeah.
dumb until it's a great trade.
Get cute,
What
man. Just don't
what
get
for the
cute. I
great
don't
trade?
want to get cute.
The
So
only
so
the only thing I could see him doing is potentially trading back within a certain degree, so that way we can also get like an earlier second round pick, which would be nice, by the way, with the depth of the defense in this draft.
Yeah, well, I
I'm not
mean,
saying
like you
trade back
just
to like the
said,
20s, but like if it's like to pick 12, if it's within the top like what top 12 or top 15, that could still be completely doable if it means we can also get another pick for this year.
exactly.
Um,
It's
in
it's
the
to go
second
off what
round.
Kendall just said. This draft is loaded. So what's wrong with sliding down 4 or 5 spots and potentially getting another second or third round pick in a deep draft? That
well,
for a team like us, that sounds like we need to do that.
you want me to
But now at 8,
you
if
want me to
someone
tell
is
you?
sitting there and it's glaringly obvious, then
There
don't
you
Yeah,
trade
go.
back.
yeah.
There
I mean,
you
of
go.
course, if there's
There
context to
you go.
everything. If a guy like
But if
Abdul
your
Carter or Mason
options
Graham drops, take
but if
him.
your options are like Ted McMillan, Ashton
Mhm.
Genty, and Tyler Warren, just if that's the best available, just
Yeah, trade down.
slide back a
Exactly.
couple
Defense.
spots. Go back to
Exactly.
like pick 11 or pick 12.
Well,
Get
I'm gonna
another
tell you
pick or
something though,
something, and
Claire.
then just go from
I'm gonna
there.
tell you something, Claire. Look at who's picking behind us, right? Look at who
Right.
the Saints is right there.
Saints.
You see what I'm saying?
I
So
I don't
Lord.
you're
think the Saints are going to
giving.
go defense though.
So
I said
what?
they're going edge rusher. I
You worried
guarantee
about
fucking
them? We
you
worried
they going
about
edge rusher.
us.
No,
No,
no, no.
I'm saying
Canelo's going to a good point, man. You got to be wary of who's drafting behind you that plays in your same conference, bro.
thank you.
So what they
They've
got to
been
do with?
drafting
Damn,
behind
look
us
at
for a
him.
while
Listen to him.
because we've sucked for so long, but I mean,
But
He
you got
said
to be
so.
strategic.
Y'all
You
telling
got
me?
to be
Y'all telling me
strategic
you're
with
gonna
this.
say no to a
He said
trade,
so.
even if it's a landslide? Like you obviously win the trade. You're gonna say no because one of our division rivals is drafting behind us. So what? What that got to do with what our plan is? What
If
that
you
got to do
trade
with
back,
what the Panthers' plan is? Where the Saints draft or where the Falcons draft? That don't got to do
He
nothing
can't
what the
see.
Panthers
well,
are doing.
He can't see the forest. Poor little guy.
No,
He
try to
can't
say,
see the
try to say,
forest before the
try to say,
damn
I can tell you, try to say, I can tell you
trees.
this. In the
Poor little
past,
guy.
and Claire just said it. New Orleans seems to always be somewhere near us in the draft, and
New
they have
Orleans always
all.
drafts terribly. When's the
Listen,
last time New Orleans hit on a
no,
draft pick?
they
Cam
have
Jordan?
always, they have always capitalized off what we didn't do ahead of them, or they simply traded it up and got somebody that we were going to get on our team, bro.
You guys fail
Uh,
to realize drafting a team is based off what your roster is constructed of. So the Saints may be higher on some players we're not even looking at. They might be
see,
stressing.
You know,
I don't know, but damn, Chris Olave,
oh yeah, we were supposed to get Olave, and they traded
guys, are we really
good.
going to harp on Olave right now, who
But
might
I'm
not even be
Who
in this
might
league
we
much
retire?
longer?
The
what
man
I'm
might
saying is
retire.
what
we
I'm saying
we
is it's just like Twan just
we're
said.
talking
A
about the
lot of
bro.
times they pick right there by us or whatever, and we skip by a lot of them players because maybe we didn't have a need for them at the time or whatever this and that. Don't say that they don't have talent or done had hit on some big time players. Alvin Kamara, this one, that one, like I said, Chris Olave,
I can go back
you
and
know,
show you.
No, 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 no.
up and down
I
their
Alvin
can show
Kamara
roster.
was
you.
a third round pick. I'm talking about first rounders. First rounders. In the last 10 years, you can't name me 2 good ones they've had.
Okay, I'll do it.
Brian
I'll go 5
Breezy,
for you.
Brian Breezy, right now from Clemson. Like he ain't a good
He ain't
D
popping
tackle.
off like that.
Okay, all right, okay,
Oh,
all
let
right.
me
He's
read
not.
your money real quick. Hey, shout out to C-Dog 1983 TV. Hey, boy, where you been, boy? Where you been? Hey, look, he said for the 2 hour super chat. He said, keep pounding, hit the like button. It's free, man. Shout out to C-Dog out there, man. I ain't heard from him in a while, bro. C-Dog must be studying abroad or something, bro. Let's continue with
So see, I was studying abroad.
that. He must be in Colombia or something. Go ahead, man. Yeah, I can pull up the Saints. Yeah, they, bro. It,
Okay.
it's not
So
what y'all think,
in
bro.
2015 they drafted Andrew Pete and Stephon Anthony. Yeah, exactly. Who and who?
You
2016
already got it
Sheldon
pulled up. You already got it pulled
2016
up.
yeah, 2016 Sheldon Rankins. 2017, okay, they hit Marshawn Lattimore. 2017, also Ryan Ramczyk. 2018, Marcus Davenport, bust. 2019, they didn't have a first round pick. 2014, they drafted a center, Cesar Ruiz. 2021, Peyton Turner, defensive end, bust. 2022, Olave, or 2021, Olave. 2022, Trevor Penning, bust. He's not even on the team anymore, if I'm not mistaken. 23, Brian Breesy, and 24, Talise Fuaga. They've been drafting offensive linemen, and 2 of them aren't even on the team anymore.
It ain't
Trash,
it ain't it ain't just the first
trash.
round.
The only one who popped off was Lattimore, and that was 2017.
Who wasn't trying to get Lattimore?
Brian Brees, yeah, he's gonna be a fine player. I mean, yeah, you got a point there. He's gonna be a good player. But they drafted Cesar Ruiz 4 years ago in Fuaga, and then but they drafted Fuaga to replace Ramczyk. So it's like it's null and void. Because Ryan Ramczyk had to call his career early. I think he had to retire early.
Yeah, you ain't Malcolm Jenkins. You left that out. You ain't go
Yeah,
far
but Malcolm Jenkins, how long ago was that,
back.
Twan? That's
Hey,
before we
2 years
drafted
ago.
Kelvin Benjamin.
Reggie Bush. Hold on,
Oh
man.
Lord.
Look, man.
If y'all are gonna start going back to this team's inception when we weren't even here yet, then y'all are just don't reach.
That's what I mean. That's what they're doing.
Oh goodness gracious.
Reaching
Okay.
back. Like they've had some talent on that team.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it. I know it. I mean, division rivals be like, "Fuck this." And that. I don't know why y'all say that because you got to play them, the Falcons, and all them teams. You got to play them twice, so you got to respect them teams. You got to. Only thing what's fucking them up right now, they in cap hell, so they got to draft.
Oh, they've been perpetually in that for a
Mm-hmm.
long time
well,
now.
I don't know how they keep seeming to make their way out of it, but
Well, they
They
pushing the
could
um,
they could
can,
they could
pushing the
they could
can,
they
pushing
could
the
end it
can.
all
Yeah,
they could end it all right now by getting rid of 8 people, but they won't.
yeah. And they
they
keep
don't want to
pushing the
start
can,
over.
pushing the can,
The
pushing the
guys
can.
they are paying right now that are keeping them in cap purgatory are closer to receiving their AARP card than they are to being off the Saints team.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
So
so Austin Corbett, I told y'all earlier, Austin Corbett got into it. Well, I don't know if you want to say got into it with um, um, Joe
David
Person.
Newton is
David
just
Newton, I said Joe Person.
d-
And David Newton, hold on, let me pull up the quote.
David Newton just knows how to like walk into a room and rub everybody the wrong way. It seems.
Why is that?
That's what he do. That's good.
No, I'm
He
serious.
put
Like it's
he put
not.
pressure
It's
on people.
I
He
think
stay
he
on their
has.
neck.
Yeah, I like it.
He
I
stay
think he asked him the
yeah,
tough questions, bro.
yeah, he stays on their neck. He put pressure on people. He makes it uncomfortable for motherfuckers. That's good. At least somebody. Rest of these
I kind of
motherfuckers
like
they
it.
go up
I
there
think
trying
the
to
only I think the only time
they
where I draw the line is like for like he interviewed Damian Lewis at one of his first pressers and he said, he had missed time because of he had personal family stuff going on. And David Newton literally point blank asked him, "Are you going to tell us what it was?" And Damian Lewis
I'll be
gave him
right
this
back.
look like, no."
All right.
It's like, why would if he just says it's personal? Why is you really think he's going to sit here and give you all the nitty gritty details of his personal life and why he missed a couple of days of training camp? Get over yourself, sir. Like you're not that important. There's a couple
Austin,
times where I feel like he's breached
yeah. Austin Corbett
ability level.
posted. He posted. He said David Newton claims he needs to be in our locker room when we're getting out of practice showers to know us on a personal level and share our stories. Yet after 3 years together, he doesn't know a thing about me. What do y'all feel about that?
Hmm. I
Is
don't
it
know.
his job? Is his job to personally know you,
I guess to
or
go in
is
depth to know a little something about your might know your wife's name or your kid's name or something like that to do so. He's supposed to be a reporter. You know what I'm
yeah?
saying? So I
Well,
don't
I
know.
think
But
that I
shit,
think I think context needs to be put into why he is saying this.
think
Because
about
this thing
this.
right
You
there.
you been injured, buddy. Hell, you ain't even been here.
I will.
And the second part of that is what me and Claire opened up with when we said center Austin Corbett wants to play for a team where there isn't competition for the position.
So here's the thing about this. Outside of this right here, I have not been able to find this particular story to read into depth of what David Newton said. Not once. I've looked on ESPN where it's apparently supposed to be there. I've looked everywhere else. I haven't seen anything where there is anything that comes out and says that Austin Corbett said this and XYZ.
Well, I'm gonna tell you another source to this is you can go to shout out to Charlotte Vibe. He reported it also, and we know that he's always with the press, and he personally said he verbalized that he was personally there through all of this. So, and I think he reported on that today about the same situation. So, go check out Charlotte Vibe and the report he did on this, where he talks in depth about it, and he's speaking from an eyewitness that he was actually there for all of this. And there it is. I mean, well, the situation with him. And look, so I mean, look, you got ESPN that reported one thing, and then it came from the horse's mouth and Austin Corbett in another. So clearly something's going on there between him and Newton. I mean, we can't hide it at this point.
Fuck David Newton.
I think
Nah,
for me,
I like
it's
him. I like him. I'm like Kendall, man. I like that. He's not he ain't a softy
He's
reporter,
making up
bro.
shit. He's
What did
literally
he
making
make
up
up?
shit.
What did he make up?
He's saying that Austin Corbett wants to play for a new team. Austin Corbett came out and said, I never said that.
Austin Corbett said he wanted to play for a team where there's no competition for the position,
Yeah,
according to
did you see
Newton.
Austin Corbett's tweet? He tweeted at him.
So why do you think that? So why do you think Newton just made? Come on, man. Do we really think Newton just made that up?
Maybe he took
A
something out of
reputable,
context.
a reputable reporter that could
Come on,
lose his
man.
motherfucking shit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
bro.
Them
Just
motherfuckers
well.
paid to
Then
wrong.
bend shit, bro.
what did Charlotte Vibe say about this whole thing?
He said he was there for it. He said he saw the question being asked, and one of the things that I like about him is like he's an actual reporter or beat. I don't know exactly what Charlotte Vibe, what my man name is to the team, but we know that he's always there. He's in the locker room. He's
About
right next to the play, interviews the players. He's right there.
and so is Newton. I
If we're
mean,
gonna take
both
if
of
we're gonna take
both
Cena
of
Cook's
them.
word and Vestar's word for it, he's right there.
I just feel like if there was more to this, there would have been a lot more traction than just this.
Not if it's supposed to really kind of be in house and now slightly out. I mean, they ain't texting for nothing. I mean, Corbett really, he didn't put a whole lot of context behind it. You know what I'm saying? So evidently, he only wanted to go so far with it. That's in response to David Newton, what he tweeted. He
I
pretty
was just
much
saying
he
until
pretty much
until
said,
I
asking me
see
all these questions, but he don't know nothing about me.
So why would he go at him like that right there? You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If something wasn't said to that
We
level,
something. Yeah, it was something that's
so why
disturbed him
why
to
you
make
gonna
him
say
tweet it.
you don't even know nothing about me? You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling, basically, David Newton said you running for competition.
Ha! That wouldn't be the first damn time something like that's happened on this team.
You understand what I'm saying?
For real.
And not then see his response is, well, you don't know nothing about me. You know what I'm saying?
Ash, what up,
Think
bro?
about it, man. You gotta you know, we ain't in there. I'm just grasping at straws now. But I mean, why you gonna even think about signing Corbett when like I've been beating the drum saying the best two centers ain't gonna be drafted to the fourth round. You can get it in this draft once again.
No, you're gonna need depth either way.
Right.
Well, you gonna end up
But to
you going
me, if that's the case, then you could just cheaply keep Cade Mays, but they're not gonna,
exactly.
you know, you wouldn't even have to argue with Corbett. You could just move on and sign
hmm
Cade Mays and go draft Jake Majors or who's the other kid?
The kid from Georgia, he's number two.
Chase Lights. Chase
Jared
Lights.
Jared Jared Wilson? No.
Maybe
McLaughlin?
I,
There's
Chase.
somebody.
I can't bring it up. It's a kid from
That's
Georgia.
McLaughlin.
McLaughlin. Sarah McLaughlin. Anyway.
Shout out
But
to
no,
Atlanta boy in the chat.
and I'm sure there'd be guards who could easily transition to center. Who's the kid out of Cincinnati? Kandra, I think. There's options. We don't have to be committed to Corbett.
No,
We don't.
See, where you been, bro?
Real quick, I just want to say hey to everybody, man. And
What's going on? Where you been, bro?
man, I be working
You been
like a damn,
you been on
working like a
lock-
dog, man.
you been on lockdown? You had like a 4-month sentence.
Nah, I just be
Yes.
working, man.
You see that again, bro?
But real quick though, man, my thoughts on I think I just gonna get out my quick thoughts and let y'all keep going. But I think we should trade back. You know, I don't see no player on defense that's worth the number 8 pick. If y'all remember,
What?
we drafted. Hold on, let me finish. We drafted Lil Kuechly at number 8. Lil Kuechly was a generational talent. There is no Lil Kuechly in this draft. There is no Starla Toole. There is no KK Short. You know, everybody talking about Mason Graham. I'm not big on Mason Graham. Mason Graham is an Aaron Donald. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we didn't know Luke, but we didn't know Luke Kuechly was gonna be Luke Kuechly, man. So you can't do that. You can't do that, C-Dog. We didn't know Luke Kuechly was gonna be who he was either.
I know, but
Could be another Luke Kuechly in the draft.
But this is what I'm saying. I trust in Dan Morgan. You know what I'm saying? We're bringing in younger players like the I like Trevor Wallace. Trevor Wallace and number 41, the undrafted rookie linebacker. I'm fine with both of them starting. I wasn't even mad they cut ties with Shaq Thompson. Everything got them go young, man. You know, like in the past, we've had Riviera to keep them old players around. Now we need to go young. The defense got to be revamped, man. We need some young talent on this goddamn defense, man.
I agree with that.
Man.
I've been saying that. The team got to get younger.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that myself. We have to get younger because if we don't get younger, we're just gonna fall on the wayside.
So real quick, y'all don't want to trade back? I mean, I don't see there's nobody at
I'm with you, C-Dog.
I said trade back unless there's just somebody there that would be too good to pass up.
Exactly. Unless someone miraculously falls, you know, I'm also for trading back.
Real quick, for everybody who don't want to trade back, why do you not want to trade back? Just tell me your reason for staying at 8. Just give whoever who want to pick at 8. What's your reason for staying at 8?
Because that next Luke Kuechly can fall right there.
And if he doesn't,
true,
man.
We don't know.
We won't know until we get the guy in the building. But exactly. For me, I don't want to. I don't want to trade back because I feel like if we can get Javon Walker right there, I'm fine with that.
Taking him.
If we get If James Pierce is there, I'm taking him. Even if Mike Green is there, I'm taking Mike
Pierce?
Green.
No,
Man,
Pierce,
hell
not
no.
Pierce,
hold
not
hold
Pierce,
on, man. Hey, hold on,
not
man.
Pierce.
Hold on,
If
listen real quick,
Javon
man.
Pierce right there, I'm taking him.
This man say he want to forgot. He say he want to forgot their project and got them Pierce at number 8.
Mm.
Come on with that dumbass shit, man. Dumb as fuck, man. I'm not. No, let me take that back. Let me take that
Y'all
back. That's
keep
not dumb. That's not dumb. That's just not. I wouldn't do that. I'm not.
Ill,
I'm not
Ill
just no goddamn
advised.
project at number 8.
Ill
I'm not
advised.
just no. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not no. That's
every person is a project. Every person is a project that can be picked up.
my
I
man.
mean, there's
No,
only
no, 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 no,
there's only a few
no.
and far between guys that you can look at it like say, yep, he's NFL ready. You won't know anybody's
So real
NFL ready
quick,
until they step foot on the field.
Hold up. Did y'all just
real
say James Pierce was a
I know.
project?
Hold on.
I didn't say that. I did
That's
not say he was a
He is
project.
a goddamn
what
project. He is a
said.
project. He
That's
is
what
a goddamn
C-Dog said.
project. He is.
He's a
That's what
project.
C-Dog said.
Ain't no, C-Dog. No, bro. No, he's not. No, he's not. That boy
What
is
is he
rated
then?
See,
Tell me
dog.
Abdul
what he is then,
Abdul
Kendall. Tell me what he is then.
hold on. Abdul,
Wait,
No. Let Kendall
I'm
talk.
trying to
Let
I'm trying
Kendall
to
put
tell
his
you.
foot in his mouth.
I'm trying to tell you. Abdul Carter, if you just look at ratings, Abdul Carter is rated at 91 at
Kendall, you
91%,
breaking
right?
up. You breaking up, Kendall. Kendall, you breaking up.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
You just
We can
breaking
hear
up. It's
you,
just like,
but you're
yeah.
breaking up.
Oh, well, hey, yeah, because I'm getting hey, I'll be right back.
All right,
I
all
got
right,
to change
all
the
right.
mic.
All right.
Got you. Yeah.
Hey, C dog. Is the reason why you're saying that is because of the issues that he has, the red flag issues. Is that the reason why you're saying that, or is physically his product on the field that doesn't register that makes on project?
I'm just saying, what did he
Nope.
do in college? Like, come on, man. Stop it, man. He's not Julius Peppers. He ain't, man. Like, come on.
Well,
Stop it,
I'm
man.
not.
He's not
I'm
even
not trying to
goddamn
get a
project.
Julius
You
Peppers,
talking about just him at
bro.
goddamn
Bro,
8.
bro. I don't need. I don't
I'm
need
talking
the
about
next Julius.
Kendall.
I don't
Kendall has got down left.
look. See though, at this point in time, we as a team, we don't need the next something. We don't need the next Luke Kuechly. We don't need the next KK Short. We don't need the next Charles Johnson. We don't need the next. We don't need the next that. We don't need the next anything. What we need is the next player that's going to step up and be a part of this damn team. We need to stop comparing the guys that we draft to legends that we already have had. You know, and I get that's high standards, but if we stop looking at the guys who's going to be the next Julius Peppers and start looking at them as the next prime player that we can possibly get, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. There is no player in this draft that's going to be the next Peppers. There's no player in this draft that's going to be the next Luke Kuechly. There's none, zero. And if you're hearing analysts say that, then they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Stop comparing
I'm
these
saying,
guys to legends where they're not going to be legends. If you stop
but
doing
sir,
that, then your
look,
expectations won't be dragged down when he fails or when he gets injured, because you're not
but
comparing
look,
him to the next of something. You know what I'm saying?
well, I can compare him because they know all the time on TV about who do you see this person as? That's what I'm saying. Who is James Pierce? Give me a James Pierce type right now in the NFL right now. Who's the James Pierce right now in the league right now?
Brian
James Pierce
Burns.
is James Pierce, bro. He's James Pierce.
Yeah.
You know, that's just a comparison of them.
Come on,
James
man.
Pierce is
Come
his
on.
own man, bro. He's his own guy. I mean,
Exactly, man.
I think we do this comparison stuff too much, man. You know, he's his own guy. We don't know what James Pierce is gonna be in the league, but
So
he ain't a project. He ain't no freaking
he is a
project.
So real quick,
No,
so
he ain't.
y'all, no. So you will be okay. First of all, our defense is fucking trash. What the fuck wrong with y'all?
You naming the obvious.
Yeah.
Our defense is fucking
Yeah. Well, yeah.
trash.
That's newly
So no.
obvious.
So y'all want to
That's
bring
the
a
obvious.
motherfucker? So we need a fucking pass rush. What the fuck wrong with y'all? He ain't never got that pass rush.
What's that got to do with
Okay.
what's that got to do with him being a project?
He is
Yeah.
Man, I need somebody that's gonna come in here and get pressure on the fucking quarterback, man.
And you know for sure the guy that you want is gonna definitely do that.
Man, look. I'm gonna trade him back, man. I'll just say, just trade back, man.
Okay, how far?
Jaden Pierce ain't like that. Just my personal opinion. I just told you, ain't none of them dudes worth a top
Hey,
8 pick, in my personal opinion.
I ain't trying to draft Pierce, but how far back are you talking about trading though?
And if so, who are you willing to get
How
at that
far
pick
back?
that you decided to draft back?
How far back you talking about trading
Man,
though?
shit, I trade all the way back to goddamn to shit. 15. It don't matter, man. It really don't matter, man. I'll trade all the way down to goddamn. Man, 15,
Okay,
20. If it's, man, it's worth it, man.
20 is not, bro.
Okay, cool.
When you go past
Okay,
15, bro, then you're losing. You can't trade back to You can't trade back to 20 something.
Okay.
My man,
well, see, you draft back that far. Who you take?
You go past 50. You go past 15. You have just got cute and you lost.
Man, I'm telling y'all. Look, with the number 8 pick, I don't see nobody there that's worth the number 8 pick. That's my personal opinion.
Hey, look, bro. Walker.
Nobody there.
Walker.
No, man. He's not a goddamn inside line. Look, listen to me.
Say here, project. Say here, project.
Linebackers. We already got linebackers, man.
What linebackers do we have?
The 2 rookie linebackers that played this year, Twan.
What linebackers do again, what linebackers do we have?
Trevin Wallace is the starting middle linebacker, sir. Him and the other rookie gonna start at linebacker. Why would you just have goddamn another rookie linebacker when you already got 2 goddamn young linebackers already? It don't make no damn sense. Same thing. Everybody talking about real quick. Everybody talking about.
Them dudes ain't gonna be all of that, bro.
My man, they got little play. I like
you straight.
Number 41. When they got in the game last year, they played good, sir.
Are you talking about Jacoby? Are you talking about Jacoby Windman, bro? 41. I think that's Jacoby Windman.
Talking about.
C-Dog said trade back to 20.
Jacoby Windman will get chewed up in the pass game, bro. He can't defend. He can't play pass coverage.
Hey, Kendall, you trade yourself.
I can't say that. I can't say that because
stay in the second round.
Bro, if we started Jacoby Windman and Trevin Wallace next year,
oh my God, back to 20.
Just 2 second rounds.
They got to give us a second this year, a first next year, and a couple of third.
The 20.
Exactly.
20.
Go. And that first round that they give us, we have to hope and pray that they do really, really bad for that pick to even be high.
You know what I'm talking about?
Man, so we're banking on a team that has to tank or bust in order for us to make sure pick is high. And it depends on who the team is.
No, man. But I'm just saying this thing right here. Y'all said so. No, where's C-Dog at, man? Where's C-Dog go? So C-Dog was saying, man, he don't like Pierce.
He said he's a project.
Yeah, before I left, that's what he said. So he a project. What I was saying was, okay, all we got to go by. Now, of course, the scouts and the GMs is going to the pro days, and then they're talking to people and all type of stuff like that. But if we're strictly going by the numbers or anything that's in front of us, Abdul Carter is rated at a 91 grade. He got a 91 grade on him. Pierce got an 89, 89.9. So he's only like a point and a point something other behind Carter, and he's a project. And then the next person behind him is like 1.5, and then it's like maybe like 3 for the next guy. That's how close. No, I think it's one of them guys, man. Hold on a second. I got my stuff up now. I can look up stuff.
It's either him or Mike Green. One of those two.
No, it ain't Mike Green. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop this Mike Green shit, man. Stop this Mike Green shit.
I'll take.
I will take Mike Green. Why, man?
I will take Mike. I will take Mike Green.
You taking Mike Green?
Yeah.
I ain't taking Mike Green to 8. But I ain't taking him to 8.
I'll take.
Man, I'm not. Hey, hold on. I'm not taking a dude that was originally slated to go in the 5th round at 8. Yo, see,
That's how
this is what I'm
the
talking about. But look, let me show you how the media work, Edge. You are
I
essentially
know
trying to
how.
pick that man just like what happened with Bryce Young. They ran Bryce Young's name so much until David Tepper fell in love with that dude, and all these dudes that love Bryce Young fell in love with that dude because the media kept trying to tell y'all this is who y'all should take. And now
That's
all of a
the
sudden, Mike
media.
Green,
I've
and
seen
listen,
I've
all
seen
of
a
a
game
sudden,
with.
but you ain't hear nothing about Mike Green until Claire broke Mike Green up.
And then he
And then
got
all of a
them.
sudden you want to take him at 8?
Then he got them sexual assault issues and shit like that too.
Man, look,
So y'all
look, when
y'all
Claire,
don't know.
when Claire come back,
Okay,
What?
Claire,
What?
you,
okay,
What?
okay.
so Claire, you introduced a lot of us with Mike Green. Claire, are you really gonna take Mike Green at 8?
No, I'm not.
Y'all, real quick, y'all
No,
talking about me. Y'all talking about C Dub. Y'all talking about taking got this sorry motherfucker at
but
number 8. Man,
y'all
come
letting
on,
the
stop it,
media,
man.
If
make these picks for y'all, bro.
put it this way, I still think Mike Green will go in the first round,
He'll go in the
essentially.
first
But
round. Yeah, yeah.
he will probably, you know, who I really think is going to draft him, y'all, is probably going to be the Eagles at pick 28 or something like that. It's going to
Okay.
be some of those later picks. I would love for it to be us in a sense, just because it's hard to ignore those sack numbers that he did get. But realistically speaking, if there's like only one or two players I would be fine with reaching on at 8, especially if it's to build that interior defensive line. That's why I'm fine with trading back, because of the depth. I mean, I get Kendall and Twan's point for saying, look who picks behind us, and know that whoever they pick, we're going to have to face them 2 times a year. That's true.
I don't
But
give
at
a fuck
this
who picks behind us.
but
I just
at the
want to say
same
that clear. I don't give
time,
a fuck.
I hear you, Sea
Um,
Dog. But here's my thing.
the
My
Saints
thing,
pick behind
though, it
us.
right. But my thing is this: even if we were to take who we feel is the best player at 8, if the Saints go and draft whoever their person is, and that person ends up being, I mean, you're not ever going to know. So that's why I'm fine with trading back, as long as it's not some egregious number like trading back in the 20s or in the late teens. Like, if we're swapping with whoever pick 12 would be, I'm not opposed to that if it means we could also get an earlier second rounder out of it. Especially if someone is there that we're just not all that thrilled about. So that's just my opinion. Everybody's going to have a different opinion. I'm fine with it. But if someone is there at 8, that would just be too hard to pass up for the defense. You better draft whoever that is. Draft them.
Hey,
Like,
real quick, how did? Oh, my bad, Claire. I'm sorry.
no, you're good. Go for it.
Hold tight. Look, NFL draft prospect Mike Green, the second team All American edge rusher, says he transferred from Virginia to Marshall after being accused of sexual assault for the second time. Green told reporters Wednesday at the NFL scouting combine that he was accused of a sexual assault in high school, adding he was never charged and insisting he did nothing wrong. Before I continue reading, this is a pattern. I'm not trying to indict the dude, but twice in college and once in high school is a pattern. It's going to scare a lot of teams off, bro. I would have questions, bro. I would have questions.
I don't want him. I don't want him. You
And
got too much baggage.
the one in Virginia, the one in college is still pending. It's
Right.
still pending.
So
That's
it
why he
says 6
hauled
foot.
ass, and
Yeah.
they didn't release no type of information on it. They really can't release because it's still pending.
Yeah. So he says 6'3", 251-pound native of Williamsburg, Virginia, played in 6 games for the Cavaliers during the 2021 season and did not appear on the field the following year. So he took a whole year off. No grudges are held, he said, regarding his departure from the school. The Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year, had 17 sacks last season, the most in major college football. He had 21.5 sacks in 2 seasons with the Thunder and Herd. My only thing to this is this, and you guys got to understand that this is what happens in sports. Just like the Deshaun Watson situation and other situations where women or men come out and then, when something goes down, if this man has to wind up giving some money to somebody, then don't be shocked if more girls come out saying, yeah, he did such and such. I mean, it could get it could be a situation with him, bro. And some teams is going to be like, I don't want to draft this guy.
I don't
And then
deal with
it starts pouring in. And then now, I can't have him on my team
Real quick, why we got
because
my bad,
there
Quan.
you go. Go ahead, Cito. You got it.
Now, while we on that subject, man, I need the NFL to have the same energy they have for Deshaun Watson. And they need to have the same energy for Justin Tucker, bitch ass, for the goddamn Ravens. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck the problem is, you know. But
You
yeah,
know what the
I'm not.
problem is.
I'm not about to try. I'm not gonna sit here and bring up no race or nothing, you know. But man, give him the same treatment you got them Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? What the hold up? You know what I'm saying? Then all that shit makes sense because this nigga got done. This season, he ain't never been as bad this season. Cause he already knew this shit was coming out. He already knew this shit was coming out the fucking pipeline. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to see what the NFL got there gonna do when it's up, like after the draft. What the fuck they gonna do with Justin Tucker? You
I
know
mean,
what I'm saying?
we're gonna be all watching, bro. We're gonna be all watching.
You know, I just want them to have the same energy they have with Deshaun
But
Watson.
don't.
They had the same energy for goddamn Justin got what the fuck his name is the goddamn kicker for the fucking Ravens. You need to do
Justin
them the
Tucker.
same fucking way. Yeah, Justin Tucker, you got to get Deshaun a year, get this motherfucker a year.
Justin
You know what I'm saying?
Tucker, he'll retire
Word
before
up.
you become a problem to the team, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
How old is Tucker?
He's gotta be 30.
Mid-30s.
Hold on.
Yeah, they'll put him in retirement before he embarrasses the team, bro.
Honestly,
might
he
not
might be
even hear
older
nothing
than
from
that, y'all. Hold on a minute. He might be older
I'm
than.
like, we got a little nice package for you. You can leave quietly,
Yeah,
or
well, light his
we'll
ass up
cut
like
you.
light him up. Hey, little got that Deshaun Watson. Every goddamn down watching goddamn ESPN. It got how many women at the bottom of the screen. Nah, I want the same energy I gave Deshaun Watson. You had the same energy for goddamn Justin Tucker bitch ass. Goddamn it. Every goddamn day it's on
They won't.
TV. Fuck that shit.
They won't, but I ain't
Oh,
worried
so
about
he was born in 89. So he's what, like 35,
it. Oh, he's
36?
35. He's 35.
They'll cut him, or he'll retire before that goes down.
Most likely he'll probably retire. I mean, he got records. He got records in the books already, so he's fine.
I ain't even gonna lie. I will begin with the team. Hey, look, what kind of package can y'all give me? You know, I don't even want to be a distraction to y'all.
Honestly, the way he's been playing with the Ravens for the Ravens, they'll let him go. They'll quiet
All
him.
right, so there's been two major changes to the NFL in terms of the rules. I want to go around the table and see what you guys think. One of the rules for next year is the overtime rule. I don't know the full extent to what's going on with that rule, but one of the rules is that when a team scores, I think like it's no longer if they flip the coin and you get the ball and score a touchdown first, the game is not over at that point anymore. They give the other team an opportunity to score.
I thought they already did that.
Nah.
Yeah, they already did that already.
If you get the coin, they flip the coin and you score a touchdown, game over. This ain't college.
No,
Now
they changed that rule after the
They need to
Bills
start changing
Chiefs.
it, man.
After the
They
Bills
need
Chiefs
to
game
leave that
2
shit
years
as it
ago.
is.
Yeah, now they're saying that
Yeah,
the other team gets a chance. Yeah,
It should stay like that. That's that.
yeah,
I mean, they're
that's
going to
fair.
this new stuff.
Yeah,
That's a bitch ass rule right there. It should stay just
yeah,
like it is right now.
because it
Fuck you.
concluded
You
they
got the ball. You supposed to stop me. I got the ball. I'm supposed to score. That's it.
right,
That's football.
right. They
Overtime.
said that when they came up
Suck
with the
my ass.
stats, they said 83% of the time the team that got the ball first won. You shouldn't have to lose off no coin flip.
Well, it is what it is. You got to stop that team. No, regardless.
No,
Stop them.
yeah.
that's your ass.
Let's go
They
down
gotta
to
stop
six.
Don't
me,
make it overtime. You got
but they gotta
you got
stop me
3
too.
hours to win the game. That's on your ass.
They
Yeah.
gotta stop
It's
me too,
overtime.
though.
Yeah.
So
what was
If
it?
you
and
stop
what's the
them,
second?
you got to have to come
What's the
back and
second
stop
rule
them.
change?
I'm trying to look that up.
Is it the catch rule again? Are they converting the catch rule again?
No.
Because they always changing that rule up every damn year.
Did y'all like the kickoff?
Nah, that was
That shit dumb as
trash.
fuck. That shit dumb as
Yeah,
fuck. That shit dumb as fuck.
yeah,
That shit
nah,
came out
That's
like it
trash.
was, man.
I
I need the
mean,
extra fair.
It was
they
alright.
need to go.
But that
that
shit
was
corny as
trash, man.
fuck, man. That shit dumb as fuck, man. That
Waiting
shit
for a
dumb as
ball.
fuck, man.
I want to be out, bro.
Fuck.
That kickoff
That
was trash.
motherfucker
That
call
was
go
trash, man.
go.
I mean, but there were a lot of kickoff returns though. There are a lot more
It's
kickoff
not.
returns than what
So
last.
real quick, what's
You're
better,
not
the
for
old
the
way?
touchdowns
Hold
it
on,
was.
Swan. What's better, the old
No,
way or
not
the
not
new
for no
way?
touchdowns, but
What's
for the other
better,
one,
sir? The
I
old
mean,
way, the old kickoff, or the new kickoff, sir? What's more exciting?
I like the old one
Okay then.
and everything.
Enough said.
But
Enough
at
said.
the same time, I understood why they did it because if it was caught in bounds, you either have a chance to nail it or you can run it out. But since it gave kickers a bit more time of having to like pinpoint the accuracy to have actually kick it to actually get it outside of the end zone and force the guy to catch it at the one to run it back. And yeah, I mean, there's only like
Nah,
what, like
I like the old
10
way.
to
The old way, you
like
got there, you
what,
got
like,
Dion
like
back
10,
there.
15
You got
passes
somebody
as
cooking
you
you
get
back
past the
there.
40.
Hey,
It's impossible to get an onside kick now, bro. Now you got to tell
Oh
them
yeah,
what
oh
side
yeah,
you kicking to. That's
oh
ridiculous, man.
yeah.
That's supposed to
Oh
be
yeah.
an element of
That rule,
surprise, bro.
that shit
rule,
dumb as fuck.
that rule, I don't like. I don't like that onside kick rule. You have to announce it. That I don't like that.
Oh, the other
That
rule,
ain't football.
one of the rules that they may be getting rid of is the tush push. They're saying that they're not going. They're thinking about taking that out.
But real
I
quick, let
heard
me
that
say
they're
something,
not
man.
going to do that.
I never,
I heard they're
I
not
hope
going to
they
do that.
are. I hope they are. Real quick, Cam Newton got all the touchdowns without a tush push.
Yeah,
I
Camden
just
need
gotta
to
say
push.
that. Cam Newton got all the
So
touchdowns he got without a tush push. Jalen Hurts, Eagles. I
okay,
just want to say that. I just want to say that.
So you're mad that one team perfected it and everybody else can't stop it.
First of all, money, that ain't football, nigga. When I was playing football
So
in
one
goddamn
so
middle school,
one team
no, nigga. When
perfected
I was
it,
playing
and you're
football in
mad
high
that you
school,
can't
middle
do
school,
it.
you couldn't do that bullshit, nigga. That ain't football, nigga.
Then stop it. Then stop
The
it.
fuck?
Then stop it.
How you gonna
If
goddamn
you
stop a
can't
motherfucker
stop
pushing
it, then
another
what's the
motherfucker, man?
point?
That ain't goddamn football, nigga.
How you feel about
They
the
did it
tush
in
push, Goat?
college.
Come on, man. You ain't I thought your ass ain't play no goddamn football, nigga. That weak ass shit. That shit weak as
Canelo,
fuck, nigga.
Shit, I
yeah.
played football, bro.
how you feel about the
I know
tush
how to use
push?
it.
I'm like, stop it. I seen a couple teams stop it this year.
Yeah, it can be stopped. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it can be stopped.
Man.
Mhm.
All right, so I
Because
found
first they tried to take it out
rule
because of
though.
the
That ain't
injuries.
football, man.
But
Okay, I
Goddamn,
found
Jalen
a
Hurts
rule.
to run that motherfucker. Everybody's goddamn self. Then why the fuck they gotta push his ass in there
Jalen
then?
Hurts ain't
It's called a
strong.
goddamn.
Well,
It's called a
I
goddamn.
mean,
No.
at the
It's
end of the
called a
day,
fucking tush push. It's fucking football. Ain't no goddamn a fucking tush in the
It
push
ain't.
in goddamn
It ain't.
football. What the fuck wrong
It
with
ain't no
y'all?
tush push. They pushing him in his back. It ain't.
The
He ain't
fuck?
getting pushed on the
That ain't
butt.
no. That ain't fucking football. Even back in the day, they been got there pushing motherfucker.
It is football, man.
Come
I
on,
mean,
man.
you
That ain't
just
fucking
gotta have a
football,
defense that
man.
can stop it.
so it's bro, they either get a touchdown or a first down. Either way, you gotta stop
yeah,
it. I
you
mean,
gotta stop it. It
Yeah,
ain't like
everybody
they
can't do it.
like running
Yeah.
a power V
you-
all the way down the field or some shit like that.
It ain't
I mean,
real
exactly.
it's
football,
like for
man.
short
A
Let me
tush
yardage.
push
see
ain't a
though.
goddamn football play.
See though. The reason why it's football is because it's on your defense to not let them get in that type of situation.
Man,
Mhm.
y'all
You gotta
And you
play
and you
defense, man.
and you know what side they running on. They're always gonna run to the right. They're always gonna run to the right side. So
Don't let them.
like I
Don't.
said,
push your guys to
Cam
the
Newton,
right side.
Cam Newton, they need a goddamn tush push. God damn
He
Well,
it.
that's
didn't.
because Cam Newton was 6'7", 252
Ain't no
pounds,
motherfucker, he
bro.
has real goddamn
Of course
football,
not.
man.
Jalen big too,
Of
man.
course
Don't
not.
hold up. Don't say that.
Fuck.
Jalen big too.
What
Jalen just
Jalen
soft.
what?
No, Jalen got power
No,
behind
he
his
got
legs.
a tush
He's
push
soft.
to get a
He's
goddamn
soft.
to get the first
You need
down or the
to
goddamn
shoot soft.
touchdown. The
Hey,
fuck?
listen. The second
That
rule
shit
was
weak as fuck.
this. The second rule was this. The second rule is that okay. So you guys know when the referees take the ball, like when you're running out of time, you know what I'm saying, and referees got to run to the spot to put the ball down. You know what I'm saying. So guess what? They're getting rid of the chain. They're considering getting rid of the whole chain game next week. I mean next year, and they're gonna go by digital spotting. Like, so we see the yellow line on the field.
I like that. I like it.
They're getting rid of
They
the chain people. Yeah, they're getting rid of the chain people, and they're going straight digital next year.
they do the same thing in professional tennis.
Mm.
So it was only a matter of time before AI took that over. But
Yeah,
no, they do it in
Yeah,
tennis
but
to
but
make
they
sure,
they, they, they,
like
they
if a
fuck it up so much.
ball goes out, truly goes out, instead of spotting it or having somebody
yeah,
review it, they literally have a digital. It'll be all
yeah.
like, I don't know if it's like laser guided or however they do it, but it will show the pretty much almost like a reenactment of what
The
was
only
just
problem I
done.
got with
So
that, Claire, is this: is how are they gonna be able to tell what a bunch of men on top of one guy? Unless they put a chip in the ball, man.
Um,
it's
They're
probably
supposed to be
going to be
putting a chip in
something
the
with the
ball.
ball. That's
Yeah.
what they do with
Supposed to
tennis.
be a
yeah,
chip
yeah.
in the
With I
ball.
think with tennis, it has to do with the ball
That's
No,
too.
no. With tennis,
Yeah,
it's just those cameras. It ain't no chip in the
Is it?
ball.
I thought there was
Nah,
something
yeah.
with the ball
It's
too,
just
because
the
it
cameras.
follows
they
it.
might have to
Yeah.
put a chip in the
They
ball.
got
They
cameras
might
on
have
every
to.
one of those lines in tennis. On every one of the lines in tennis, they got those little tiny cameras
well,
that's clocking it. But
hey, check
they
this
said
out.
they're getting rid of the chain game completely next year.
Hey, check
I mean,
this out. Y'all remember
they
they said
voting
they
for
had
it, but
they got
it's on the train
hold on,
game. The train
sit
game been
down,
fucking up for a
sit
long
down,
time though, man.
hold on for a second, sit down. You remember they had at the combine they had the chips in them boys' shirts.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
You remember they had the
So that
chip on Luke. You remember Luke Kuechly with they got a lot of stuff that's advanced now. You remember that collar he had
yeah,
to wear?
they trying to integrate a lot of
yeah.
this advanced stuff into
No, they
football,
gotta, yeah.
into all
This is
sports.
where
So you know,
exactly right. This is where you can use AI and everybody can feel comfortable about it, though, bro.
yeah. So them jerseys, a
Mm.
lot of all the jerseys and everything like that might have chips in them now.
They might
You
make
know what?
everybody wear a rubber bracelet or something like that, bro. You take your bracelet off, that's a penalty. That's what I would do. I would, since you're always holding the ball, I would make everybody wear like a rubber bracelet around their arm. You take that
Hell
bracelet off,
nah, they
that's
gonna
gonna be a
put something in
penalty.
football. It's gonna be something in
For
football. They gonna put it on
what?
the players.
No, because if you reach with the ball and you got this bracelet around your wrist, I mean that's more 9 times out of 10. That's as close as you're gonna get to where the ball lands.
Oh, like an actual monitor for the
Yeah,
wrist or whatever.
because
So when
if you're
he
under a
stretches,
foul, it
when you.
don't matter. Yeah,
No, I get it. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take a referee's word for it because I mean, look, for bad teams, they don't really care where they place it at, man. How many times we've seen a referee put the ball down 2 yards back of a first down or something like that, man? Nah, man. I like the
Or
new
take
way they're
away,
gonna use.
or take away a touchdown that we clearly
Yeah,
had when all you had to do was look at one angle. Adam Thielen, shit, that shit. I'm still pissed off about that shit. The referee knew that was a goddamn touchdown. All he had to do was look at the other angle, and he clearly showed that it was a goddamn touchdown.
it ain't even.
Everybody in the
Well, well,
stadium
and
saw
but
that
see
and
that
knew
that
that,
too
and they
though,
still
Ed.
didn't give it to him.
I mean that too. You all everything is review. All that stuff is reviewable now. 5 years
They
ago
did.
it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So
I know.
at least you get a better chance, right now anyway than you
I,
did, years back.
go, go, and I understand that. I was at that game. Me and Claire was at that game and everything. We saw the review. They reviewed it, and they still didn't give it after they called the
That's what
touchdown.
I was saying,
They
bro.
didn't look at it. I'm like, bro, come on, bro.
As
Like,
that was just total disrespect. That was just total disrespect to
Yeah,
our team.
I
You
was
look
gonna
at
say.
yeah,
when you
no.
look at the replay and you see the dude is in, and you still go with your call. That's just disrespect.
There's nothing more deflating than leaving a home game like that and a Bucks fan behind you. They're talking to themselves, right? Or amongst themselves, there's a group of them. And the first thing you hear is, man, they should have actually called that Thielen touchdown. Had they done that, this game would have been over forever ago. There is no OT. And I wanted to turn around and go, you don't fucking say. But it's just even Bucks fans were like, that was a touchdown. In our own stadium, Bucks fans were like, that was a fucking touchdown. Like they were like, we got so lucky. And I'm like, oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Go away.
And so there it is, Claire. What I was saying, like they said it's gonna be a 14 camera system that specifically monitors
Mm-hmm.
more than 24
A
skeletal
Sony
points
Hawkeye Skeletrack
on a
system.
player's
Interesting.
body, and that's what Kendall was talking about. They're gonna put it on
Yeah,
the player's body as well, bro.
yeah.
That system, along with the chips and the footballs and the 18 other
Come on.
specific cameras strategically placed around the stadium, can all be
Uh-huh.
combined to harvest a fully computerized model that potentially tracks where the ball is, when the players are down, if someone has achieved a first down, or if they have scored. They should have been doing this though.
Virtual measurement. I
Mm-hmm.
mean that says it right there.
The
Virtual
Sony,
measurement.
the
Come
Sony
on, come
Hawkeye.
on, fuck y'all up, man.
So basically, the players are gonna have chips. And players basically gonna have chips on their shoulder pads, while the 14 cameras track it and everything to show that if they actually got what they did or see what they did. Okay, that's good.
No, it's
That's
probably
good.
gonna be on the
I'm cool
jersey
with
just
that.
like it was on the shirts in the combine. You know what I'm saying? You could
Mm-hmm.
see the chip on
Well,
the jersey in the combine. You
well,
can see
that
the
was
chip.
the
It's a little
monitor
pat.
thing. That yeah, that was the
Sorry.
monitor thing
Eventually,
that they've always been wearing.
I'm laughing because eventually I feel like this is going to turn into. If you guys have ever seen the how the behind the scenes of how they make like mocap movies, like motion capture, and they got all those little
Yeah.
looks like
Yeah,
ping pong balls on them, and they're in those like onesie
yeah.
suits. That's what I feel like it's
Mm-hmm.
eventually gonna
No,
get
no,
to.
no. Let me tell. Look, I'm gonna tell you guys something that they already did though with this last year.
Uh
Um,
huh.
there was a game last
Man,
year
y'all
that they
niggas sorry,
used.
man. You
There
looking
was a
good.
game.
You looking
Oh,
good.
see, let me say this, bro.
My
There
bad.
was a
I'm
game.
playing the video
There
game.
was a game last year that they used where in the NBA where they chipped all the players I thought it was a football game too. But when they ran the game back, no, it was on Christmas Day. They chipped up a lot of the basketball players and they ran the game back like for Disney. Like every player was a Disney character.
Yeah,
Oh, I know what you're talking
Already
about.
they already did this before.
they've also done
Yeah,
it with like The
they did that.
Simpsons. They made him a Simpsons
They were
character, and
moving, they were
Yeah,
moving
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just
that
like the
they
players.
did
Yeah.
that. They did the one for Toy Story when
They,
it was the
they,
Falcons
yep,
they
and
did
the
it with the
Jags.
Simpsons too. They did it with the Simpsons too.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
and I
man.
think also didn't they do SpongeBob? I think they did SpongeBob at
Yeah,
one point for
Yeah,
the
they did
because they
SpongeBob
do
too.
that Nickelodeon
They did
slime
SpongeBob
time
one too.
stuff. Yeah.
So one of the people you could thank for the tush push, because Sean McDermott, Sean McDermott was mad. Look, Sean McDermott was mad. He said he thinks it caused injury risk associated with the player, and he like really pushed it. But look, how many of you guys remember when he tried to run his in the playoffs when he kept trying to run his quarterback? He kept going left and wasn't making it on the tush push.
Yeah, I remember
Who
that.
remembers that?
But there was one
Everyone
time he did run it.
left
There,
every time and
there
didn't
one
make it.
time. Yeah, but there was one time he did make it, but they didn't give it to him.
According to this is the
They
regular
made it
season
once.
overtime rules. According to CBS Sports NFL insider Jonathan Jones, the competition committee will look at adjusting the NFL's regular season overtime rules and potentially change the format to what we see in postseason overtime games in the playoffs. Overtime is a 15-minute period. Overtime is a 15-minute period where each team has a chance to possess the ball, even if the team that receives the ball to begin overtime scores a touchdown. In 2024, teams that won the coin toss in regular season overtimes won 12 out of 16 games. There was just 11.6 plays were per overtime in 2024, which was the second fewest in the past 2 decades. That was a clear advantage if you get the ball first.
Yeah.
And last thing is replay review. So this may be the biggest change we see this offseason. Last year, the competition committee expanded replay assists to include objective input on roughing the passer. Last hits out of bounds and intentional grounding could more be coming. Hold on.
What?
I hope that's for if a quarterback is pretending to run out of bounds and he ain't out of bounds quite yet, that they rescind
Yeah,
these
that
roughing the
one.
passer calls. All right.
That
So
one.
NFL executive
Patrick
Troy Vincent
Mahomes
said,
was very
yeah, he was
Patrick
abusing
Mahomes
it,
was
bro.
very
He
meticulous
was
about
abusing
that
it.
one. He was hella
Patrick,
abusing that.
Patrick Mahomes will get to the sideline and wait for you to come hit him.
I also like the roughing the passer one for specifically Patrick Mahomes because too many times with this fool just get knocked down and he's over here waving his arm up like, I need a flag. It's like, no, you don't. Stay on the
It's
ground.
NFL
The
executive
prime
Troy
example of
Vincent
that. Go
said in
ahead.
December that the competition committee will discuss expanding replay assist to include certain penalties such as face mask
Poor
per
Sam.
NFL media. However, there is plenty to debate when it comes to this potential change. Are we going to allow penalties to be called by people not on the field? Then the competition committee has exactly appeared motivated to make. Should we call them subjective fouls, reviewable? Remember how it went when the league made pass interference reviewable in 2018. There's a lot to consider with this. So
I think pass
there it
interference
is.
is one thing, but I mean, how many times this year did we see a blatant face mask and no flag was thrown? I saw that quite a lot. Sam Darnold is being the prime one, considering the
You know,
backline judge just stared him down while it happened and never threw
you
a
know what's another one?
flag.
They said they were gonna enforce that hip drop tackle. I saw about 15 of them that didn't get called this
They
year.
did not stop that, and
They
that
did
hip
not stop that,
Bro,
bro. And they were like,
that
"Oh,
is
we're gonna have to
petty.
protect the players." Da da da, bro. I
No,
saw so
now
many
what they
hip
ended up
drop
doing was
tackles.
like reviewing it later, and then you find out these players get fines like a week after the game happens. I'm like, but that's not protecting
That's not
anybody.
protect.
man.
Exactly, they could still get hurt. Like, what the fuck?
That's how Jordan Travis got hurt with Florida State, man. They did not stop that. I'm glad you pointed that out, Nick. They did not stop that, bro. Dudes
Yeah,
was
that's
still
some
coming
bullshit.
down all day weight on them guys, bro.
Yep. But I wish they would have brought that projected hands to the face to the quarterback. I wish they would have brought that in a while back because we all know Brian Burns did not face swipe during that Cleveland game, during that home opener that we should have won because we all know he didn't touch him. We all know he did not swipe back. Come on now.
Well, he don't play for us no more, so.
I know, but still, that was a game that we should have
That's
won,
my
and I was
guy,
prime
but
to that. And look, the only reason why I say that because I was there at the game. Me and Claire was there at the game, and that was a game we should have won.
That would have been nice, but
well, they don't man, look, man. Y'all gotta understand. The referees act like they don't owe the Carolina Panthers nothing, and it's okay to call things against us because they're like, who's gonna argue about it? Who's gonna argue about it? Us, the fans. But when you
Well,
suck,
I mean, that's football. I mean, it's
yeah,
gonna be calls miss. You know, it's gonna be uh it's a judgment call on the field. Like when you replay it and they say they can't turn it over. When the call is made on the field right there, it's got to be what? Inconclusive evidence to read
But
the call.
go.
You know what I'm saying?
But go. How many games? But go. How many games have you watched that were not the Carolina Panthers? Where you saw blatant freaking calls that should have been called that weren't called? How many times have you seen
I
that
mean,
the games that were not ours?
it's been a lot of games, man, where you I mean they show back and they be like, oh man, that's a hole right there, this and that. Like the one he just said about the pass interference. Now the pass interference should be because a lot of times, man, that just busts open a game sometimes. You know what I mean? If a
That's true. That is
freaking
true.
50, 60-yard pass and then the guy didn't catch it, and then they say, oh, pass interference, they throw the flag. Then they
That's
move it
true.
on down.
That's true.
So I like
But
to
if
see
you're
some of them.
But if you're a good ref and you know two guys are hand fighting for position, I mean there are times you can obviously tell where it's pass interference, and there's times where you can obviously tell when two guys are literally fighting for position to
Yeah.
get to the ball. And come on, we've seen obvious times where two guys are literally fighting for it, and yet they call pass interference. We call it pass interference when you know it's not. Or there's times where a guy would legitimately push off, and him catch it, and they sometimes won't call. It's like, come on, though.
What's the latest on Derek Brown, man? I think I heard somebody saying he's been working out. Is he fully recovered, or
Yes.
so he's gonna be on
Yes, he
time
is
for
fully
next year?
recovered. Yes. From what Canales is saying, that he is 100% ready to come back. He's in his words, he is hungry. He's hungry. He's ready.
I can't believe we
So,
got a
do
whole
y'all want
year.
a DK Metcalf update or nah?
Let's get it.
I mean, I
Who
don't
you
want
signing
Sure.
DK
with?
Metcalf. Y'all want him?
The Seattle Seahawks say that they will have DK Metcalf play out the final year of his contract if they cannot find a trade partner that satisfies all parties involved, which means they still want that first rounder. Resolution will have to be found before the NFL draft. So they're still going to keep with that first and third. So anybody wanting them is going to have to pay that premium.
He leaving. No, look. I understand what they're doing, and I appreciate it. I mean, they bluffing though, bro. I mean, look, they bluffing.
Maybe.
You don't want a guy who doesn't want to be on your team. Like, but Kendall, we can all agree, Kendall. If Kendall says I want out on this team, then guys vying for him is not like they're like Kendall don't even want to be there. I'm not gonna give you what you want.
Yeah.
You know?
But
I mean,
he
look.
ain't. I'm gonna tell you something. He been wanted out, Twan, but he ain't that type of guy. He gonna go out there. You haven't heard anything about DK being a locker room distraction, this and that. He gonna go out there and do his job, and they know this.
Yep.
That's why they saying I don't give a damn. You gonna play out that last year if we can't get compensation that we
What we
want,
want.
because
Yeah.
he's not that type of guy that's gonna go out. He's not a Antonio Brown.
He
He
ain't
ain't
gonna
showing
buck
his
the
ass.
system.
He ain't bucking.
That's true.
Point taken
That's
though.
true. That's true.
Listen, now
That's true.
I remember what Kendall just said. At the beginning. But the thing is, you still run a risk. I'm not saying that he's gonna do it. You run a risk of a player saying, and I can use a guy for example. Brian Burns with our team. Brian Burns openly told us I wasn't playing hard. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. I took plays off. I was trying to secure my health or whatever. You don't want to. Do you really want a guy on your team that's like, look, man, I'm not going to get out here and get hurt with y'all when I don't want to be here and mess up me getting my check or going somewhere else. I don't think DK Metcalf is going to give it his all if he has to be there. He's not happy there, man. Keeping guys that are not happy is not a good thing in pro sports, bro.
Well, you sitting there
It's not
wanting
happy,
me.
but at
He only got one more year
the
though, man.
same
You got to
time,
look at the
but at the same
Seattle
time, you're
Seahawks,
fighting
and
against
that's
it.
the
You're fighting against
asset.
it because people know that you want to get rid of him, so they're going to give you the short end of that
Asset.
stick.
Use against
It's an
them.
asset. You're not gonna. He's an asset. If they're gonna get rid of him, they want compensation. Same thing for Myles Garrett. He's an asset. If they're gonna get rid of him, they want
Yep.
compensation. You got to look at the team. The Browns. You got to look at the Seahawks. They're not worried about the player. The player gets a check. He gets a check a good check, a damn good
Yeah.
check. So we're gonna get draft compensation. We're gonna get another player. Don't feel sorry for him. Don't lose no sleep for DK Metcalf or Myles Garrett. They still under contract, bro. That's the first of all.
Man, we got to think Myles Garrett gonna go though, man. Shit, that's just man.
I don't know.
Man,
I don't know.
That's about 50 million.
That's a lot of money. You're gonna have. There's only but a few teams, and unfortunately, there's only one team that is a contender. They gotta have the cap.
That'd be a problem.
The Commanders would be the only team I could see them doing it. Yeah.
Bro. Washington can get him though.
Yeah. It won't be Tennessee. It's not going to be the
Oh,
Patriots. It's not going to be.
New England could get him, but he said he wanted to go to a
He was
contender,
a
and
contender. The
that's like
Patriots have
Austin
a.
and me.
Yeah, the Patriots. They're in that rebuilding phase around that rookie QB they've got. So he's
Hey,
not
let me
wanting to
let
wait
me
around for that.
let me say this in my Kendall voice for y'all out there. He said he wants to go to a contender. He's
Oh
not
my
coming to
God.
the Carolina Panthers.
Don't do that.
Oh no, he ain't coming here. Oh, if y'all
Wow.
thought Myles Garrett was coming here,
Oh no,
no.
no.
No way.
Listen, listen. For
Kendall,
all these people
Kansas
that
fans out
thinking
here,
thinking
oh, he's
all these
coming here.
players that every time a player, like every time a named player gets released, everybody think they're coming here. No, these guys are either they're well, most people that get released, they're gonna want to go to a contender because they got their money.
Everybody wants
Now
to
all
be
they
a
want is that
Panther.
damn ring. They just want that ring to solidify everything.
Hey, look, man,
Kendall.
Oh my
So
God.
I'm going to
Let me trip
Carolina.
yeah,
me out,
so
class. Let me trip me out,
yeah,
class.
so
Like,
as a right,
boy, I can't wait till the 12th. I can't wait till the 12th. Some of these motherfuckers, they gonna be crying, man.
Oh, it's Kendall.
it's gonna be
It's
fun.
going to be
It's
a
gonna be fun.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day.
It's
I
like
know it
when
sounds so bad to relish on the tears of others, but my God, I have been so sick and tired of people.
You ain't lying.
Tigans!
it's like right after
I'm just.
the Super Bowl. No, you've
Oh,
just finished your contract at this team. What are you gonna do next? I'm
I'm
going
going to
to the
Carolina.
Panthers.
I want Sweat. I want Williams. I want this guy. I want that guy. Let's go get him.
I'm going to the Carolina Panthers.
Not even close.
Not even.
No, these guys and Cooper Cup's gonna get released because they couldn't find a trade partner. So
Yeah. Then
Mhm.
they say, oh, well, hey, you know what? You know his third
Now I wonder
cousin on
what
his
Cooper Cup
mama's
gonna end
side,
up too.
on
That's gonna be
his
interesting.
next uncle lives in Raleigh, and he might want to come to Carolina.
Oh God!
His
I'm
Stop it!
sister's baby,
Stop it!
his
just
sister's
Stop
saying.
it!
baby cousin, went to school with him.
I think we good. I
they
mean,
will
hey,
find anything. Oh, it's
excuse me,
Listen.
is Adam Thielen playing this year for us?
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think we all right at receiver, man. We got to go get us
no
another
the hell
decent
we not.
receiver. You know what I'm saying? But shit,
Well, he got
the
one more
XL
year.
got to learn how to catch the
This is
fucking
gonna be his
ball.
last year, bro.
But hold
That's
on,
gonna
but
be his
goddamn,
last year.
Jalen Coker got them a motherfucking truth though. Goddamn it, Jalen Coker
Yeah.
need to be the motherfucking number one.
Mm,
You know, let him got them go ahead and take
Mm,
off. You know what
mm.
I'm saying? I don't care what
Jalen
nobody else
Coker's
say
our
about
number
that.
one. We
You know
ain't
what I'm
fucking
saying?
doing shit next year.
Man,
Man,
we
he's
will be
crazy as hell,
I
boy.
mean,
You
That
need to
he got
get that
pure
Jalen
paranoia,
Coker
hands, boy.
shit out
All
your
he do
head.
is catch the
yeah,
goddamn
man.
ball.
Look,
All he
look
do is catch
here.
the goddamn ball. What are we talking about?
Okay,
If
but
he give
okay.
him the
See,
goddamn
it's more than
opportunities,
just
we
that.
got to give Excel goddamn butterfinger ass. Boy, stop.
But
All
look at
he
here's
what
the
do
the
is
thing.
catch
Panthers
the
in.
goddamn ball.
I would stop
They
He's
dogging
a
have
on
pure route runner.
Excel.
Hey,
I would
man,
stop
stop.
dogging on Excel and stop because here's the thing. It would be stop acting like it would be so horrible for there to be a Jalen Coker and an Excel dynamic duo that could develop into something great. I'm not going
I
to
would
sit
love
here and call any. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that to Excel after 1 year. Did he have drops? Yes, I'm not going to ignore that. But dear Lord, just let them develop. Let them develop. If Jalen Coker and Excel become the next Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, I'm not mad at that shit. I do not care. So I'm not going to sit there and get on them for anything. They need to develop. They need time, and they need a quarterback who can get the fucking ball to them. That would be helpful too.
Mhm.
But
Hey,
Yeah,
Jalen Coker need to be number one. That's all I'm saying.
we
I feel you.
after
I
having
understand.
one
I understand.
Drug
touchdown, and
tested.
I'm not going to don Jalen Coker needing to be number one for anything. He did well, but I'm not going to sit here and celebrate him like he just did some offensive rookie of the year shit because he did not. So he and Excel both have a lot to prove. But I hope they develop into being
Yep.
something great because that means we don't have to go drafting at receiver for a while. That would be a wonderful thing. So,
Yep. And I'm not gonna lie, I saw some plays with Ted McMillan. Uh,
I ain't drafting Ted at 8. Fuck all that
nah,
noise.
I can't see it. I don't see.
No.
I ain't doing it, but I ain't gonna be mad at it either.
No, I can't.
You will
I'm not
be
gonna
if
draft
all
Ted.
this offense does is put up a shit ton of points, and defensive wise, we just keep allowing the same amount of points.
Well,
I
you
don't
know,
even
we
see
live.
You
it.
will be mad.
It's
If you go get
2025. People like
I
points.
still don't see this. I still
Well,
don't
I
see
want to see
aspect of point.
touchdowns. Oh, please.
I don't even see it. I still don't see it. You go get
You
Ted
don't see what?
McMillan right now. If you get Ted
Uh-huh.
McMillan right now, because if he don't go to New England or who else? The Raiders or
Jacksonville.
Jaguars or somewhere like
New
that, yeah.
Orleans.
He could go to.
No,
I've actually seen him go to New Orleans in a lot of mock drafts because I
yeah.
don't think Chris Olave is going to be in the league for much longer.
But I'm talking about before us.
Well, I keep
Before
Okay,
saying
I
that
anything
got
too.
you. I
happens.
follow you. I follow you, Kendall.
Yeah. If he ends up falling to us, now it's a good damn. I mean, I've been sitting there and be like, these motherfuckers will get this guy right here. They're gonna get this boy. They're gonna get this boy. They're gonna say fuck defense. They're gonna get this boy because y'all know they do anything for that little motherfucking quarterback we got. Y'all
Yep.
know they're gonna try to make this go
No.
for us.
If we need
Kendall,
no,
I
Yeah,
if we need
know
defense,
that.
y'all
Go.
know it.
Anything for
One
them.
they better
one
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah.
They
person
better
is
If
not.
gonna
you
do
dare,
anything
They
for
better
him.
not.
One
they
They better
person.
not.
they gonna
They
blow
better
up the
not.
whole board. They gonna blow up the whole board. I'm telling y'all, if he's
They
there, they
better
gonna
not.
blow the
Oh,
whole board up.
Kendall,
So
They better not.
there are people out there who believe that Tyler Warren on this team automatically grants us 10 wins next year.
I done heard him. I done heard him. I done heard him. I done heard him. I done heard him.
I
Oh my God, he's
I
not
done
even
heard him.
Greg Olson.
That's
He's not
why.
even
That's
Greg
why.
Olson.
That's why. I'm just making the bet. I'm just making
like
them
I
bet.
can't
Hey, I take it. I take it. That money. Get that money.
I can't. And they say the same thing about Tet. I'm like, why do y'all care so much about getting all these I get if you were to say because it's the best option available and I'm looking past Bryce, I'd understand the argument. But when all I'm hearing is because the best we can give Bryce is XL Jalen Coker and Adam Thielen. He needs
That's not
better.
right.
He deserves
That's not.
better. Blah blah blah.
Oh
And
my
I'm like,
God. Oh my God.
oh,
Quarterback
that's
So
play.
all
why don't
they
we just
talk
draft
about.
this whole? So why don't we just get the whole Alabama team and just bring them over and just bring them over here?
No, we ain't doing Matt
There you go.
Rule type shit. We're not
Hell
going to
no.
rebuild our whole
Hell no.
team off of Baylor and Temple players. Fuck all that.
Alabama's not a bad team to build off.
No,
Temple and Baylor was the worst two teams to build off of.
I understand, but it's not going to make a difference because Bryce Young probably didn't play with half those people.
Man, I don't care about Bryce Young.
That would
I
be
don't
the
care
point.
either.
But Edge's point of saying all of Alabama is because of Bryce Young. That's why I said that. I know you
But I'm
don't
also
care.
saying that because
let
But if we
them
don't
Bryce
know,
Young living their dreams,
Philly's
bro.
defense is basically the Georgia Bulldogs.
well, you say it's a dream, but Twan, you know what Kendall said could also very easily happen. That's not a dream. That could be our reality.
Mhm.
Yeah,
If we draft Tyler
dumbass
Warren or
shit.
Ted McMillan at 8, I'm done. Like that is just so.
Go.
Okay, so
We would
Go.
have
I'm
to.
telling
We
you.
would have
done
to
too.
kill it in free
I'm
agency
done
for me
too.
to even be remotely happy with that as a fan. We would have to
Okay,
kill it in
so
free agency.
Because
why?
they think
all right.
they
So
actually think what they could do was move back off eight,
Did you just
just
ask
like you
why?
said.
Yeah, I want to know
Yeah,
why
no, I
y'all
didn't
would be
ask
upset if
why.
we took Tech.
We
but
got
no, they
Ted
can
Because
Ginn
what
in
is
actually
getting
there.
Ted do?
We got Ted
What does
you
that
Zero.
got to
do for
understand they
us?
can actually move back off of eight, get Warren, get a second round pick, get another second, and then so there are such good tackles and edge rushers in this draft. Then they get the edge or the tackle in the second round. But then
But
Right.
you
Kendall,
also
you
got to
just
watch
said
what
not
they
to
do.
trade back.
No, but
No,
what I'm
he's
saying,
explaining what
they could
they
do.
might do.
I'm just explaining what
Okay, my
they could
fault.
do.
My
Yeah,
fault.
yeah,
Okay.
what they could do because they can look at it and say, I've seen models. I've seen models, Claire, where they end up doing this and
Mm,
end up still getting a tackle, an edge rusher, and a cornerback in the later round.
okay.
Mm-mm.
And get the first round pick, the
Mm-mm.
premium pick, the first round pick goes to another
Mm-mm.
offensive player. Uh, uh,
Mm,
uh, you see what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Go. I'm telling you right now, if this crazy shit happens, you're gonna see me turn my
This
stream off and go directly to
oh,
bed
I
That's
just
what I'm
don't
during
saying.
during during the
see.
party.
I
I'm
didn't sit
literally
there
gonna
and shake my
I'm
head
literally
because
gonna turn my
I was
stream
like,
off.
these motherfuckers may actually do that. Because when I'm looking at these models, I'm like, damn, they could do that. You know what I'm saying? That could happen. It's not out of
But
the box for them.
Kendall,
okay,
Kendall.
okay.
Hold tight, hold
Oh
tight.
man.
Kendall, Kendall, you looking at the screen, bro?
Which screen? Which the one you got up?
Yeah, yeah. Look, man. Why is Kendall's twin out there in Frisco, man? Huh?
What the fuck?
No, in San Diego, man.
Kendall,
That look like
You
Kendall
got
on the
twin out
right,
there,
man.
bro?
what you doing
Kendall,
chilling with Tom Grassi, Kendall?
that's Kendall on the right, bro.
You see what jersey he got on? If they fuck around and pick one of these in the first round, I might have a
That
different
dude,
jersey on.
dude look just like him. But you got to go all the
What
way.
did you say, Kendall? Hold
Yeah.
on. We're not just
But
gonna
you got
let
to go
that slide. What did
to
you
see
say?
your games.
I said if they fuck around and pick like a McMillan or a Warren or somebody like that in the first round, I might have a different jersey on. I'm getting tired of this shit. Swear to God.
Okay, okay, but go. All right, go. Hey, all
You
right.
say you see you got on a different
Whatever,
jersey.
Yeah, you see, he got a different jersey on.
whatever model that you saw, Okay, let's say we did go get a Tech McMillan. What ran through your head of okay, we got Tech McMillan. What happened in free agency that forced that said we could go get Tech McMillan? Because something has to happen in free agency in order for us to get a Tyler Warren or a Tech McMillan. Something crazy
They
has to
probably
happen.
Navar said T Higgins.
Oh
they
God.
they probably get they might get Williams or they might get they got to
Mm-hmm.
get a defensive lineman or something like that.
Mm.
And this is before or after we signed JC Horn because that's the thing that we still have to freaking.
Well, they
I
might
would
not sign him.
well,
Yeah,
if
they
they
might
end up
just
not signing him
Nah,
and
he
just
got one
having
more
him play
year.
on his fifth
He got
year,
one
then
more
we're
year
gonna be
before
in
we sign him.
Yep.
trouble.
They end up
Because every
just
time
let
all
them
these
sign because
offensive
that
players get
$9 million
released,
fifth year.
all social media wants to talk about, well, let's get him, knowing the fact that okay, you want us to get all these guys, but we still have one of our guys that we still have to pay. So either we
And
pay him
Corbett's a free
or we
agent,
don't
so
pay
what's the
him
center position
and do
gonna look
something.
like other than drafting it?
E-
I mean, what?
Exactly.
Okay.
We need to
Well,
spend money on
okay.
that. We need to spend money on JC Horn. We need to spend money on things that we
Check,
truly
check,
100% need.
check game, because you can do JC like this. Look at once again, like I said, T Higgins. Look what they did to T Higgins. T Higgins got a franchise tag. Okay, they telling T Higgins right now, yeah, man, you're a priority. We're gonna franchise you this year. We're gonna pay you next year or whatever. We're gonna take care of you. They gonna draft a wide receiver as well. So T Higgins ass might be in the cold come next year. See, they can exercise JC fifth year option. They can franchise him next year, and guess what? They damn well gonna draft a corner this year, and then what? Then they can get rid of JC the next year in 2027.
Nah,
Okay,
JC
so
stay
okay,
back
so
there
pay
healthy one more
so
year after
pay
we keep him.
so let JC Horn play on his $12,584,000 this year. Draft a freaking a Will Johnson from Michigan, and then the
Oh
next
God.
year you either franchise
Hell
tag
no,
freaking
man.
JC Horn
Hell no, man.
or you possibly
Hell
let him
no,
go
man.
because we got Johnson from Michigan. Is that what you're basically trying to say?
They could do some shit like that.
Since he already paid him on that first year
They could
on
do
his fifth
it,
year
and
option.
it's a
They
defensive
could do it.
player, so
Yeah, they could do it.
Lord of mercy.
Okay, we do that. We let JC Horn walk,
That's
and
dumb.
then we're back to looking for another corner opposite
That's
of
dumb.
Johnson. You see what I'm saying?
Don't act like it ain't never
And
been
we've
done
already been
before.
bad,
We've done it
and
Rod,
we've
before.
you
Bradbury.
true that, true that, true that.
Don't act like
No,
they
man,
did it
Here's the thing
before.
though.
look,
But
this year
but
you
how
pay
long
JC
has it
Horn,
taken
man.
us to actually
He
get
gotta
a
be healthy one
corner
more
to
year,
actually
man.
be
Don't
sustainable here?
I could get Edge. Don't act like they ain't did it before.
I understand that. I understand
How
that,
long?
but
How long is
how
it
long
taking
is it
us to
going
get
to
a
take to
linebacker?
sustain a
How
corner
long did
here?
it take us to get a left tackle? How long did it taking us to get a middle linebacker? How long did it take us to get another running back to caliber of Christian McCaffrey? A damn
It takes
quarterback.
it takes
So don't act
it
like they
takes
ain't
a
did it
year.
before.
I understand that, but here's the thing though, we do that and then we move on from them a year or so later, and we're still back in the same boat of trying to sustain a guy that we need to have, that we need to get in this building to keep in this building,
Bro, they done did it at multiple
keep him
positions.
going.
They done it at multiple positions with the
But they
same
all
But how many?
personnel as him. Don't act like Dan
I
Morgan wasn't
understand
him.
that. I understand that. I
already,
understand that, Go. But then we keep doing that. We keep recycling. We're basically gonna just keep flushing all of our draft picks down the toilet until we have nothing left, and then we're stuck on. And then we're stuck saying,
Been flushing
"Oh
down the
well, we
toilet
got
since
this guy here."
2014, bro.
Man, you tripping, Kendall. You tripping, man. We got that.
I'm
Look,
tripping. I'm tripping now.
yeah, man. Look, you can let JC Horn play one more year healthy, and then pay him, man. Shit.
Okay.
We really
man.
ain't got nobody else to
No,
pay.
no,
We
no,
really ain't
because
got
after
nobody else to
no,
pay right now.
but
Twan asked a valid
see
question.
though,
Why haven't they paid him yet?
Cause his
He
ass
asked
ain't
that
been
before you came on,
healthy.
C-Dog.
they're probably trying to get the number. They're either getting the numbers right or they're trying to get the years right. It's either one of the
Man, I
two.
Or
tell you
J
what,
Guarantee
man.
or
is probably
Jace
still probably trying to
or
get
Man,
the
hell
or
nah.
trying to get
It's
the
more than
years.
one more
or
year.
or
This long.
JC
Take
is
this
being
long.
smart about it.
It don't take this long, man. But see, that's what I'm telling
For some
you.
players,
He being smart about
So,
it too. Hold on,
so
my bad.
if we're going along with Claire's theory, right? Then JC Horn is also a liar because JC said he said I'm not gonna give the Panthers a hard time when they come to contract talks. That I will remember that they were patient with me through all my injuries and whatever, you know. So he made it seem like he won't go crush us, you know. So we know players say one thing and do another, but then he would
And
turn out to
organization
be a
do the
liar.
same thing. Organization say something and then do another one.
Yeah,
Do the same thing. Hell,
same
if
thing
you was at,
both ways.
Like I
I thought a
said
lot of
with what I said earlier, I said both could be true. I'm not saying I'm right on either one, but there's a reason why it's taking this long to get a deal done, and I think both could be true in the same right.
Well,
Yeah, he
because they
walked
have
up a
JC,
paid
crazy
him
number,
and
man.
they've
I'm not
called
gonna pay no
multiple
crazy
people
number, man. Cause that motherfucker
cornerstones
ain't being
of
healthy.
this team. And guess what happened? They cut them, release them,
Hmm.
let them
yeah, we know.
let them test free agency. Come on, man, stop that.
they
Yeah,
already trying
we
to
know.
connect your boy to our team already too on Sports Illustrated. They
Oh
already
Who?
they already trying to
Lord.
bring Joey Bosa. They already trying to bring Joey Bosa here, bro. I don't want Bosa on the team, bro.
He not no 3-4 linebacker though.
I just don't want him on the team, man.
I don't know. Agree.
I
I don't
do
like
not
having
Stay
see the
healthy.
point in
I
bringing
like
in
his punk brother.
a
If John Harbaugh don't want you, I don't
30-year-old
want you.
edge rusher.
That can't
We
stay on
already
the
got one.
field.
We don't need
Another
another
one,
one.
another one.
We don't need another one. We
Yeah,
already got one.
that's true. We got one.
DJ Cali, another.
With
Another one.
signing
I
of a
mean, I see
$40
him train.
million edge rusher, ain't no way, bro. Pass.
They're talking about
Hard
giving Hollins
pass.
20 million. They're talking about giving Hollins a 20-year, a freaking 20 million,
Okay, so to that
20 million
point,
year
okay,
deal
right.
for us to come for him to come here.
True. Edge. Fantastic. Thank you for stepping up to the plate. Question for you. How many safeties do we have on our roster?
0.
We have one.
Well, we got one.
And he is
but
a
I say
rookie.
0 because we ain't got
What's his
we ain't
name?
got nobody that's a veteran
And
besides
if
the rookie.
anything
You talking
taught
about
us
Richardson? That's talking about Richardson.
Damani Richardson. Yes.
He need to
And
got
if
them be starting. So he got them. He can ball.
and if anything from last year taught us anything, we're going to have to overpay no matter who it is we want.
Yep.
I understand we didn't go 2-15 this year, folks, but all we got was 3 more wins. You really think that made us look more Attractive? Not really. Like,
Well,
so yeah, are we
but
gonna have to overpay to probably go get a
Yeah.
Javon Holland? Yeah.
What you say?
but
3 more wins for
but Clint,
$355 million.
No, I'm not about to
Yep.
overpay no Devon Holland, man. We already
Well,
got we got
we
that
are
rookie, man. This
probably
rookie
we
got man.
are
Nah, we got old buddy Woods. We still got Woods.
no. He's a free
no,
agent, and they are
no,
not
he's
bringing him
gone.
back.
We
That
got no
bum.
safeties, bro.
And I am not.
Bro,
Xavier Woods
we
was.
got no safety.
Yeah. We have
They're
one
about to,
safety.
they're
One.
about to
That
double
is
up. They're
it.
about to double up in that draft, though.
Yeah. And they
And
may,
we got
but
rid of
I
two of
think
That
them.
at
rookie we got,
certain.
he got
I
right. He a baller.
I think at certain positions, do not be surprised if you see them sign one and draft one. And that's
Yeah,
going to go for like tight end, probably. It could be safety, D line. No, they're not going to sign and draft a running back. They'll probably draft one. I don't think they'll sign one. And if they do, it's not going to be anybody y'all are going to go crazy for anyway.
Yeah, they ain't gonna sign her. I believe they bring in like about 3 UDFA running backs
And just
because
say,
they're gonna be a bunch
who
of them.
wants it more?
And
Exactly. Yep.
yeah, literally, and put them on rotation. You know, literally
Yeah.
what they're gonna have to do.
But yeah, they're
I mean,
not. I
'cause-
don't foresee them. They're not gonna. I don't think they might sign somebody, but I don't think it's not going to be some big name. You know.
Mhm. Well, the
Um,
free agency starts when, the 12th,
Monday,
The 12th.
I think.
Monday.
Yep.
Oh
Right?
my goodness.
The 12th, whatever the 12th is.
The 12th is,
Hold
I
on,
believe, a Wednesday.
the 12th is a Wednesday. Oh my god. The 12th at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. Oh my goodness.
You are getting way too excited
Oh.
over there.
yeah. What are you
You
getting
wanna know
excited for?
why?
What is it you think we're gonna get?
Nothing. We're gonna do. We're
Then
gonna
why are
pull
you
a Dallas
so damn
Cowboys.
happy?
Because we're gonna pull a
Um,
Dallas Cowboys, get one guy, and that's it. And we're saying we're all in. We're literally gonna pull a Dallas Cowboys from last year. We're all in, guys. Sign one person. That's literally what we're gonna do.
mm,
Well,
That's
that's
literally what we're
basically
gonna do.
about all you can afford.
yeah.
Exactly, and that's why I'm
We don't
excited.
have the. We don't.
That's why I'm excited
Let
about it.
me say something else, man. To people that's listening on in the chat, whatever, tell your friends too, man. We don't have no money. You got to pay for stuff. You don't get to go in the store and take what you want and leave out without paying for it.
Yeah.
And if you ain't got enough money, what are they gonna tell you, kid? They're gonna tell you to put it back.
Yep.
We don't have money. So where are all these people y'all coming from?
Yeah, they're gonna politely ask you to put it back. But see, it's like this right here. You
Exactly.
just said. I think Claire just said it. Okay, and you already know it. You got to overpay people to come here. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
And,
we're not
and-
a big destination team here,
yeah,
folks.
and you don't
No, we're
have
not.
the money.
We
Okay,
just did it with our ramen.
so you're sitting here and you're saying, okay, yeah, we can restructure people, we can cut people and this and that. But guess what? The teams that's ahead of us are doing the same thing. So as we get more money, they're getting more
Mhm.
money. And some of them
Yep.
are more attractive. Like say Washington. They're gonna do the same thing. And they have money. And they're
And
contenders.
Washington trying to go to the Super
They,
Bowl. And Washington trying to go to the
people,
Super
They're
Bowl. They're trying to go to the
contenders.
Super Bowl.
I just don't think
They're
people
trying
out
to
here
go.
understand how the money works, bro.
So
They just don't.
Exactly. And
if
Twan,
I'm signing up,
and Twan, think about it like this: the last few guys that's been released, the guys that are getting released are guys that still have 1 or 2 years on the contracts, but they're saving teams between an average of 15 to almost $40 million in cap space, saving the
yeah.
team that they're getting released from, saving them that much money. So what does
Bobby
that also tell
Wagner
you?
just signed a deal with the Commanders, you know what I'm saying? A team friendly deal to stay with them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay? So they're gonna draft a linebacker too, y'all. And basically
1,000.
he's gonna train his replacement. I mean, well, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna bring his guy up
Exactly.
because they're
Exactly. And like I
contenders.
said,
People do that for a contender.
mm-hmm. Yep. And like I said, the guys are getting released, have 1 or 2 years left in the contract, saving teams between $15 to $40 million a year in cap savings for the teams that's getting released. So what does that also tell us that
And we're
we
not
need
going to
to
be able
go
to
out
afford
and
them to make a
one,
new
we're not going to be
contract
able to
for them.
afford them, and two, whatever draft capital that we supposedly have, we're gonna
We
have to
can't
get rid
afford
of.
to send
Remember,
it.
we only have 8 picks. We only have eight
Well, that's
picks.
actually more than
You
most
trouble,
people.
bro.
So out of those 8 picks, if we're gonna get one of those guys, guess what? We're gonna be down. We're gonna go from 8 to probably 6. So two of the picks are probably gonna be gone, and it's probably gonna be the picks that we don't want to get rid of, or we're gonna have to get rid of in order to get a DK Metcalf, a Miles Garrett,
Well,
a
we're not getting
freaking
either one of them. We
We're not
can't
getting
afford
none
them
of them,
anyway.
though.
a
Let's
Joey
what we talking about. We're
a
not
Joey
getting none of them,
Bosa.
motherfuckers.
That's the stuff we're gonna have to get.
Well, Joey
Stuff we're gonna
Bosa's
have to
been
do
released,
to get. Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
so there's no
Well, you know what I
picks
mean.
involved
Like
in
I said,
that.
like I said, a DK Metcalf or Miles Garrett. We're gonna have to get rid of one of our draft picks to get that guy. And not only do we have to do that, we also have to give them a contract and compensate the team that we're gonna give to them a contract money wise to take some of the money off the back end of the guy's previous contract, and then come up with a contract extension on top of that. So
We know
we
this.
have money, but we don't have that. I know, but I'm telling the fans out there, that's what we're gonna have to do. So we have money, but we don't have money, and we're still trying to build we're still trying to fix what we need to fix on our side, mainly the defensive side to get. So people who are thinking that we're gonna get Miles Garrett, sorry, sorry. He has about $60 million left on his contract.
Man,
There is
nobody in their
no
right
way
mind
we're gonna
can be
get that.
thinking we getting him, bro.
Oh, they were
No,
though,
Yes, they were.
Twan.
Yes, they
we
were.
can't
Oh,
get
but
that.
but you did
We
make a good
can't get
point.
that. We
Nobody
can't.
in their right mind. Yeah, they're because a lot of
Yeah,
the people
man.
who think this are not in their right mind.
I
I've
tell you,
seen.
what, bro.
Exactly.
Chargers, Eagles trying to get them.
If I saw, if I saw a podcast that I'm familiar with talking about, it could be Kendall and them. Like, we talking about we about to go get Miles. I'm popping up, man. I'm popping up. I'm popping up to tell them that they crazy. I'm popping up.
I've
It's got to
I've
stop,
seen.
man. It's got to stop, man.
I've seen
It's,
so
it's,
many, so many
it's got
people.
to stop, man. And I know some podcasts out here to be trying to give people hope. Come on, man. Come on. Hey, look. Let's not go off the tail end of it, man. Look, give them. Hey, talk about players who can actually sort of kind of, even if we can't really afford to do it, we can still get them. Not the guys that we have no chance, no
Well,
situation of getting. Don't
well,
promote that to these
No.
fans, bro.
well, that's what kills me. But like, there's also the same people who are saying, "Man, if all we do is give Bryce Young or get a Darius Slayton, I'm going to be upset." I'm like, you would be upset at getting another weapon for Bryce who's known to be productive.
Those
Why?
people play. Those people play Madden all day.
Like
You
this
know.
is
Bro,
not.
I
This
was
is not. You're not out here making a mutt team. That's not how this is going to
That's
work.
something.
So.
That's something. All
exactly.
due respect. That's something the Edge would say. All due respect.
No,
Oh well, then you might want to go tell a
actually,
couple people at some other podcasts who genuinely think
actually,
that us
actually,
getting Darius Slayton would be like the end all be all.
It's not, man.
actually, I
That's
wouldn't
why.
mind. I wouldn't mind. I
They're
wouldn't mind getting
gonna.
Darius Slayton
I'm
because
gonna
he's
tell you.
cheap.
I'm gonna tell
He's
y'all
cheap
one
and
thing.
everything. And I can
They're
use
gonna
him.
have a shot
We
at
gonna beat them.
at a big name somebody. They're gonna have a shot at a big
But,
name
but
somebody.
can
I
they
don't
point
know if
it
it's gonna
out?
be
Yeah, and I agree. But can they point it out at one big name somebody?
at
Just
one.
one.
At
Yeah.
one. At one. I
You're
don't know if it's gonna be now. I'm not telling anybody it's gonna be
gonna
on the
overpay
offensive
for
side of
him,
the ball
and you're
or the
gonna
defensive
overpay
side
for
of the ball, or what. And you're gonna overpay for him. Because guess what? If you look at just what happened today, if you look at today's list or what say by tomorrow, say Friday, right? Because we're going into free agency
Hmm.
on Wednesday. And then there'll be some other shocker moves that's probably gonna happen over the weekend, right? So gearing
Hmm.
up, say
Another
Monday
signing.
evening. Monday evening. If you go back and we did a show today on the tailgate, and we called out all the names on them teams. Like, damn, they released this
shout out
guy,
to
they
the
let this
tailgate,
guy
man.
walk, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you know, you saying, well, damn, okay, just say what's that boy name at the bank? Hawkins, what's up? The edge rusher, God damn it! Why I'm so
TJ
bad with names?
Hawkinson.
Hutchinson,
He's a
No,
tight
no,
end.
TJ Watt.
no, the edge rusher, the Bengals. He was a sack leader.
Oh,
Hendrickson.
Hendrickson,
Henderson. Frank Henderson.
Henderson, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sack leader this year. They released him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Why
let
did
me
they
say
do
why.
that?
They did.
Why?
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Yes,
Why?
well,
they've
well,
released
well,
Trey. They have
Kendall,
released Trade. Yeah, they released Trey Hendrickson.
Exactly. So why did they
how,
do
That was
that,
how much
dumb.
did
y'all?
that save the Bengals?
Why did they
That
do
was
It's
How much
that?
did
not.
dumb.
that
It's
save the
not
Bengals?
dumb
It's not dumb.
No, how
It's
much
not
did that
dumb.
save the
for them.
Bengals?
It's
How
not
much did
That
that
dumb at
save
defense
them?
is
all.
fucking trash.
No.
And let me say what the
No.
overpaying
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
situation
whoa, whoa,
means. Like,
whoa, whoa,
And
hold
the
on.
Bengals
Wait,
keep
wait, wait,
the
hold on.
Bengals keep
See-Dog,
falling
See-Dog,
off.
See-Dog.
They ain't
Yes,
been
but
spending
they
no money on
just
fucking
cleared up
defense.
money. They can get that production out this draft. That's what I'm trying to tell you, dog. This draft is that damn
Hey,
good.
They can't
hey,
do that,
go,
man. 'Cause their
go,
defense is fucking
go.
terrible. They gotta keep that. Let's
Hold,
keep
hold
that
on, See-Dog, hold on,
motherfucker.
See-Dog. Hold on, See-Dog. Hey, go. How much did
They need
that
too much
save?
still
How
in their
much did
goddamn
that
defense.
save them?
They had
How
just
much did that
they had
save
just got
them
they
when
had
they
I
just
don't know,
released them?
man.
they let
If
too many
Twan can look
motherfuckers
it up,
goddamn double
I don't know.
tripping.
I'm driving right now. That's why I can't, cause I couldn't pull it up and I can't remember names. Y'all know I'm fucked up with names, but you know what I'm saying. I just remember shit that be happening, and then I can't remember a lot of people's names. But I can't pull it up right now. I'm driving.
No, you got all right. Hold on, hold on.
The
I
Bengals
mean,
should have kept
one
him.
day
That
I
was
might sit
dumb.
there and remember every damn body name, and then the next week I
I'm
can't. I be
trying to
like,
got that
damn,
keep more
I know
offense.
what
We got
team his
that T
name was,
Higgins.
but I can't think of the motherfucking
it's,
name.
Man, they
it's,
dumb as
it's good.
fuck.
It's because we 50, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at it. We forget stuff.
But yeah, but see though, you see what I'm saying though? Yeah, that guy was a sack leader, but him getting released possibly saved them about what 10 to about $20 million in cap savings. You know what I'm saying? So they're thinking
But they
of
might get T
futuristic
Higgins
down the
25
road.
million. But they got with the goddamn tag up. Nah, man.
But here's
But
the
if you
thing,
got,
though, Sea Dog. If they're able to
but
get a contract extension for T. Higgins, it would relieve them of whatever that cap hit is for the franchise tag.
You're right, but man,
Exactly.
their defense is still gonna be getting sorrier. Nah, that's dumb.
but what I'm saying, dog, you're gonna get the production back out of this draft. The draft is that good.
hmm
Listen to me, man.
And plus,
It's
see,
if you ain't
dog,
cook their
they
time,
got
got
a
the T Higgins.
quarterback that
If you
can
ain't gonna cook, if you ain't
and
gonna pay T
Thank
Higgins, cook
you,
the
Ed.
time.
Thank you.
Let's see, dog.
You
Let's
but
got
see,
see
an
dog.
though,
offense. You got You got
go
an
ahead, see,
offense that can
dog.
put up 32 points. You got an offense over there that can put up at least 32 points a game, right? So now
hmm
you're releasing a lot of pressure off that defense. You go get a defensive tackle on another edge rusher. You just help that defense right there.
Hmm.
And the
Yeah.
offense relieve the pressure too.
They already got too many
hmm
holes though, man. They ain't got no damn DBs. What the fuck I'm telling y'all.
No, but
You gotta keep a
see though,
goddamn the
but see
motherfucker
though,
first got their quarterback. So
but
now
see though.
you ain't got no hold on, now they ain't got no DBs. That ain't got nobody to go
Uh-huh.
get the goddamn quarterback. They gonna have the depend on a fucking rookie to put press on the goddamn
Uh-huh.
quarterback with sorry ass DBs. Y'all tripping,
But
man.
see though,
But
You know what?
but see though,
They gonna put all the goddamn
but
points
here's the
they
thing
want. Their
though.
defense gonna be shit.
But here's the thing
uh,
though.
uh,
But here's the
uh,
thing though.
In that
While
division,
that guy
in
is
that
learning,
division, boy, y'all tripping. Like the Lamar
but here's the thing
Jackson,
though.
okay.
While that
you
guy
sitting there
is
telling me
while that guy
King
is
Henry,
learning,
okay,
that
okay.
look,
the quarterback that the Bengals have can freaking cover up whatever deficiencies the defense is gonna give them. Like we don't have a quarterback
No,
that can
Greg,
put our
no, Greg,
defense in a
Greg ain't
good
doing this goddamn
position.
year. What happened this goddamn year? What happened in the past goddamn season? Goddamn it,
He going
you
off.
motherfucker! What happened in the past goddamn season, nigga?
See, dog.
He had
See,
the
dog.
best goddamn sense of his goddamn career,
He going off.
motherfucker.
See, dog. Don't
Stop
call
that
people
shit, man.
names, bro.
The fuck, man. Stop that
No,
shit,
it's
man.
okay.
I'm about to roll me a
See
fucking
though.
blunt, man. The fuck?
Yeah, roll.
Go ahead,
Man, somebody pull up the
go ahead,
fucking
roll
stats
it.
and shut
Go
this
ahead, roll
motherfucker the
it.
fuck
Go
up, nigga.
ahead.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, nigga. Because Senator Trump was saying the
No,
same shit
no,
this year, nigga. The fuck?
no. But see
They ain't
though,
gonna
but see
goddamn
though, but
playoffs
listen.
because they got their defense, nigga.
Look, I
Fuck.
understand that, but here's the thing. But here's the thing though. We don't have a quarterback that can put our defense in a good position for them to defend
Man, fuck that, man. That's all
while
I
while
got
they're
them
trying to do
team,
that.
man.
The
I already know
Bengals,
they
the
already fucking
Bengals
up.
have
They
the
fucking up already.
Bengals have
They
a
already over there fucking
quarterback
up.
that can elevate the offense to put their defense in a good position. Why do you think Joe Burrow got
Man,
freaking 4,000
Joe
freaking
Burrow balled
yards
out this
and
year. What happened?
possibly should
Joe
have been the
Burrow
goddamn
balled out
MVP?
this year. What happened, sir? Not a goddamn thing, nigga.
He balled out. He balled
Why? 'Cause
out.
they defense ain't shit.
He put the defense in the right position for them to freaking succeed.
Man, stop it.
Because why? Because
They got to spend money on defense.
Joe Burrow can put up points. Young cannot put up points. He cannot put points up.
I mean,
He can't put up enough points for our defense to battle. For our defense,
I got
to
a quick
hold
question
back.
for you. Jesse
What's up?
Bates. Had Jesse Bates been balling for the goddamn Falcons?
Not as much, no.
Man, shut the fuck up, man. Get this motherfucker out of here, man. This clown out of here, man.
Chill out, man.
Besides,
chill out, bro.
Man, Jesse Bates been fucking balling for the goddamn Falcons, man.
But besides one game that he had against us,
man. Come on, man. They dumb as fuck.
Besides one game that he had balling against us, what else has the Falcons defense done? They haven't done much.
I was gonna say Red Swarm will tell you how terrible that their defense has been.
It's booty.
I'm talking about that defense. I'm talking about
you want to know why?
Has he been balling?
Okay, that's
one person.
What he's trying to ask
That's one person. And where's
I
Jesse
think what
Bates
he's
at
trying
now?
to say
Jesse Bates
is-
went right back to
Hold on.
Cincinnati.
I believe the thing what he's trying to say is that Jesse Bates, they couldn't retain Jesse Bates over in Cincinnati because they always have cap issues. Because they supposed to be a small market team, this, that, the third. And don't forget, they paying their quarterback, which he's worth it, but they paying him an ass load of money as well. But this is the thing, like Andrew's trying to tell you, don't do see dog. He balled out, like we said. Okay, so you know he getting ready to go out there and he gonna score. Or he gonna come closer, they gonna get a field goal or whatever. He can keep them up on the scoreboard. That means the defense can play with their ears pinned back or whatever. Look at the Vikings.
Yep.
The Vikings ain't got nobody to talk about on that defense. Brian Flores, zero blitz most of the damn time. Right? That kept them in the game. They won a lot of motherfucking games this year. It wasn't no damn Sam Donald. Don't put it on no Sam Donald.
Sam Donald had a career year this year, man. Come on,
he played
man.
Good this
year.
Yeah, okay, he did. He had a career year, but what was the defense
everything
doing?
worked the fuck out.
Man, let's get back to our team. I'm out with the Bengals, man. The Bengals ain't gonna be shit, man. They don't want to spend the money on the goddamn defense. Shit. You can put a ball that got the points you want. That shit don't mean shit if you got that goddamn defense.
Henderson got released, saved them about $20 million in cap space, and they can use that. Okay, however,
he's a pre-June cut, so it's $16 million, and they've already got $51 million in cap. So now they've got $67 million in cap space.
And guess what? They can use that money to go get a freaking replacement. They can go get a Jonathan Allen if they freaking wanted to for a cheap ass deal. And guess what? The defense in this draft is so goddamn loaded. That's not gonna hurt. Getting rid of Henderson is not gonna hurt them because they can
get talent for cheap
within two or three draft picks this year. And still sign a veteran guy on a minimum deal while having those players develop.
Are going to be defense. I bet you that. I bet you they first pick and they second pick going to be defensive players.
And go. They can get a veteran guy from that $67 million that they have. They can go get a veteran guy for about 2 or 3 years. While those two rookies that they got that they just drafted,
that's what you're doing.
What? They can eat and learn and do what they got to do. While that veteran that they signed is gonna go after the quarterback and do what Henderson does. While those guys eat, and guess what? In about 2 or 3 years, guess what? That veteran guy that they have, exactly, and that veteran guy that they just signed, they can release him, and guess what? Those two rookies that they got, They got 2 years under their belts. They got
Yeah.
2 years of experience, and guess what? They got 2 or 3 more years until they get deals coming up. And then one of them's a first round pick. He got 3. So guess what?
Eventually, you have to start going younger.
That's 3.5. That's 3.5 years of years that they can just use up to go ahead and push on down the line. Guess what? Joe Burrow is still there. He's still getting paid, and Joe Burrow can still put up numbers and put up wins. And guess what?
That's a
Joe
perfect
Burrow,
example of
by the
how it
time,
works. That's how it works.
and by the time, and you want to know the best thing about
That's
that
just how
is
it
though,
works.
by the time those rookies need to get paid, guess what? Joe Burrow is still gonna be under 30 years old. He's still gonna be under 30 and still putting up points and numbers under 30. Come on now. That's how you're supposed to do it, just like that. It won't hurt to release a Henderson like that from the Bengals because they got the cap space and the money and the draft picks to go ahead and replace it. But you
It
gotta
just,
do it at the right time. And this is the
They
right
was
point in time
in
to
the
do this.
playoffs this past season, man.
it's
They
not.
got their
It's not
defense.
gonna hurt.
I was
It's
gonna
not
say,
gonna hurt. Let me say this. It's not gonna hurt any of these teams to let guys go that are gonna demand too much money on defense because this draft is loaded.
Hey, exactly, man. This is the perfect time, bro.
That's why Philly ain't
Perfect
tripping.
time.
I mean, they like
Hell no.
well, Philly drafts defense
No.
Man,
almost
they
every
already
damn year
set
any
them
fucking
goddamn
way.
defense from the damn draft. All the motherfuckers they got from goddamn Georgia.
well. I'm glad y'all saying this because I'm keep telling you. The more we say this, I'm just saying, bro. Dan Morgan better not miss. He better not miss.
If you trade back,
And
I'm
you better
happy.
hope.
I'm happy
And
as
you better
fuck.
hope.
Then you better hope he better
see,
not.
dog.
He better not draft a Ted McMillan or a Tyler Warren at 8. That's all
Well,
I'm saying.
that's what you don't have to do that. I'm just saying if they did do that, I ain't gonna look.
Hey, I'm forgetting Joe Burrow
They
is
might have
already.
Hart, man.
Damn.
No, they better
I
not.
would think it was dumb, but like at the same time, I ain't gonna be mad at it.
Exactly. So you better
To
hope
me,
and pray
drafting
that
Ted McMillan
Mr.
or
Young.
Tyler Warren is
See,
a
but
miss.
what I told myself is, how's Carolina drafted in the past? Does Carolina do stupid? Well, we just seen some stupid stuff happen in the last draft. Is Carolina the type of team that's capable of doing something like that? And then you, like Kendall said earlier, they'll do anything for Bryce Young. So it would be dumb for me to not think that they would actually go out there and do something in the first round for Bryce Young. I gotta at least keep that in the back of my head that they may actually do that.
Yeah. You're right. You're right, Twan. But you also got to think about it this: if we do something stupid in the draft, then we have to do something incredibly amazing during this free agency period. We have to do
That's
something
what
amazing.
I said.
If we're going to do something stupid,
And if
in
we
the
don't
draft,
have the money to do
we
something
better do
amazing,
something-
then that means this draft you better be going defense.
Well,
We need
We'll
to
see.
trade back and go all.
Come on,
go
man.
defense, man.
So
Trade back and
Morgan.
go all defense.
So Morgan and Canales.
For real, it is. For real, because in order for and we're gonna do something crazy at 8, getting the offensive player, we better get the next big thing in free agency.
So this is what I said again. This is what I said again
That would
though.
be dumb as fuck, man.
And we still expecting a second year coach and a second year GM to make it happen. When we could have got better both of them. You know, I like Dan Morgan, man, but you know.
And also, Quan, and also you got to think about
the Dan Morgan draft. Man, I don't know. I can't say, man,
but see though, but see though, you also got to think about like this. Whatever we get on defense, no. But here's the thing to also see though. Here's also another thing to see though. What one coach is on his last year ever? So he either balls out this year and get a head coaching job, or if he shits the bed and he gets fired, guess what?
I don't give a fuck about Evero, man.
But here's the thing though, see though. The defensive players that we get, if these guys ball out and he leaves, he gets a head coaching job, he's going. If he shits the bed again, and guess what? He's fired. Guess what? He's still going. Guess what? That means we need to bring in a defensive guy that can bring up these new draft picks that we just drafted this year. So these guys are still gonna have to develop under a new draft regime, a new coaching regime on the defensive side.
Well,
And
if they're
what happens
smart,
if
they will
then
keep it somewhat in line
and what happens?
with what they just
That's
drafted.
true.
Because if you go get a
That's
4-3 guy, as much as I would love that. You better hope to God
and
that
you
the
got to
guys
look
that you
at
just drafted can fit within that scheme.
Look, man, you
Because
gotta
otherwise,
look
you
at
just
the
wasted
boom
that
right
draft for
there.
nothing. A
you gotta
very heavily deep defensive draft that you could have just wasted.
Yep.
So
All day.
You gotta play multiple defensive front. You just can't be set in a 4-3 or a 3-4. I keep telling y'all that.
no, but
It all
but here's
depends
but
on
Okay,
that's
see,
that's
we
what but
know
that's what the
that.
basis.
But there are a lot of teams that have a specific base and then run a hybrid off of it.
I know. I'm just saying. Like I said, you really got to prepare for whoever you're playing that week. You know what I'm saying? So like say if you play like a Lamar Jackson or somebody, what I'm saying, see, that's why I don't like every role. Why I said you got to go give me make no full adjustments. You got them adjust to who you got them playing against. So you play somebody who got them gonna run a goddamn football, and say goddamn Evero got them. Say you do got them run a base 3-4 defense. Oh man, but this week we play somebody who run a goddamn ball. I said like the Eagles or the goddamn Ravens. We got them. So this week we playing goddamn 4-3. This week our base gonna be a goddamn 4-3 goddamn defense. That's why I got them saying about a motherfucker who got on top of their shit about defense. They put their pride to the fucking side. Even though I was on my shit a 3-4 defense, but man, this shit a 3-4 ain't conducive to the fucking run game. This week we got them running a goddamn 4-3. You know what I'm saying? But in past situations, we got them gonna break up the goddamn 3-4 or got that or the 3-4 packages and the nickel packages as well in the 3-4 concepts. You know, if I understand what I'm talking about for the defense and everything.
No, I get it, see though. So the other question is this: was it smart enough to keep Evero for this year, or would it have been better for us to let him go to get a defensive guy in here, knowing that this draft is a heavy defensive draft?
But who you gonna go get though?
I think the only thing about it.
I mean,
who you gonna go get? That's the whole thing.
I mean, Robert Saleh was out. Robert Saleh was out there. We could have gone and got him.
Motherfucker, he would got down San Francisco. There's no chance he would come here over San Francisco. Come on, man, stop it.
Understandable, but he was a prime opposition to get. He was a prime guy to get.
He was not coming here, man.
I understand that, but with this draft being a heavy defensive draft, you would need to.
Who are you gonna go get? Who you gonna go get over Evero? I don't like Evero. Also, if I couldn't get a Robert Saleh, freaking. I mean, it would have been a freaking fly on the wall, but I probably would try to go get a freaking Big Fangio if he were to have left it.
Fangio wouldn't believe.
I would have. Man, he not. What I'm saying, you done named two people who we can't fucking get. Come on,
bring back Steve Wilkes. No, I'm kidding.
God damn,
I would have done that. I would have fucking done that.
Hold on. Fangio runs the same concept that Evero do, and then y'all trip me out.
The exact same one.
No, Kendall, I just gave him an example.
No.
I just gave him an example.
Steve Wilkes
There wasn't no talent on the field. Y'all know they gutted the motherfucking defense for offense. Y'all know they did that shit.
And Evero ain't
but nobody don't blame motherfucking Dan Morgan for doing the bullshit.
Kendall's right.
I don't blame Dan Morgan for that, bro. I don't blame Dan Morgan for that. They gutted it before he got here.
Oh, Bill Fire, Evero, this and that. Then he gets on the goddamn podium and say, "Yeah, man, I didn't give him nothing to work with." He said it. You can't go out there with shit. You can't sit here and try to run all these different fronts and shit, and you ain't got nobody in the motherfucking backfield. What the fucking safety did we have? Nothing. What kind of motherfucker? One goddamn corner. The rest of them were trash. But y'all gonna blame the goddamn the DC.
Man, we should have kept Jeremy Chin, man.
That wouldn't have made a difference because Evero didn't really know what to do with him at the time.
Oh, really, man, guy.
Evero didn't know how to use Jeremy Chin. He didn't know how to use Jamie Robinson.
That motherfucker back.
He didn't know how to really use Frankie Louvu.
That motherfucker back, man.
This is why. I will admit this.
I'm getting mad now.
Well, I will admit this. Playing out of position.
Yep, but I will say this.
When Shaq got hurt.
I always debate Kendall on this subject because Evero didn't try, man. He didn't try either.
No, he
Evero,
didn't.
he didn't try. He didn't look. So look, if the defense is bad, then you try to develop the defense that you got. And Evero didn't damn try, man. And Evero, like let me finish, Kendall. I'll let you go. When you got corners playing 15 yards off receivers, and you go in a zone and you refuse to try something different, it's like if we're gonna lose, we're gonna lose. So what's the worst that you can lose by trying something else? When he actually called blitzes, it seemed like we got there.
We did. And there were corner blitzes too, if I'm not mistaken.
So you remember we did the show on the trust? He didn't trust his players, and the players didn't trust him at the end of the day, bro.
At the end of the day, I always tell people, if your job, you digging
this. That's what I'm believing you for. You don't believe in us.
If I tell you to go out there and dig me some dishes, and I give you a bunch of rakes, a bunch of rakes, you might tell you say, well, fuck it, he gonna pay me. I'm gonna carry my ass out there. How you know that man? I know he's a professional, and he's supposed to go out there with them damn rakes and try. But how much of a result you think he gonna get?
Hey, look, man, you can't do
as much as result as you gonna get when you rake that dirt up, and all that dirt is gonna fall through that rake. That's how much production you gonna get.
The other thing, Evero, and I'm gonna be done with Evero, is even when Evero saw something that worked, he wouldn't go back to it.
Because that wasn't his philosophy. That wasn't his philosophy. Yeah, that's why when we got Josie Jewell in here,
the dude when he saw that it worked.
Hey, real quick, now y'all make me thinking about this shit, man. And that boy, everybody, Jordan Fuller, man, that is a goddamn player. That motherfucker trash, man.
But I will say at the end of the day, I will agree with Kendall and people that have said it though. The defense, it wasn't a whole lot of people on that defense. But damn, man, I mean, he didn't even try.
No.
And he needs to go ahead and understand that he needs a fucking nose tackle. None of this, I don't need a nose tackle to run my scheme. Bullshit. Yes, you do.
And then he came out and said he ain't need a nose tackle. What? That's a red flag, Kendall. You know it.
I mean, you need at least one. Like if you're for what especially for run plays, you need at least one, or at least a competent one. Shy Tuttle is not it.
I know that at the very least made Kendall raise his eyebrows and go, "This nigga say he ain't need no nose tackle."
Well, and that's what we've been trying to get. I told y'all the whole time. I said you go back to our old shows, and I said we got 3 tackles that do the same thing.
Yep.
So you how you gonna?
He supposed to got down. He can put goddamn Derek Brown and Ashawn Robinson in the 3-4 defense. He can put them as a 3-4 defensive end, but Shy Tuttle just not it for the nose tackle.
If you get like a
wasn't even when we got him. Shy Tuttle ain't never been it.
What's his damn name? Like a Kenneth Grant out of Michigan or something. Slap him in the middle as a nose tackle.
Yes.
Shoot. That's an automatic upgrade.
Or Alfred Collins from Kentucky.
He excelled. He excelled at it. He excelled at it.
From Texas.
You got to understand. Look at what it is. If y'all watch Michigan games, right? The reason why, and a lot, me and Q talk about this all the time. The reason why Mason Graham got the fuck off was because of Kenneth Grant.
I've heard that many times. Yeah.
Was because of Kenneth Grant. I said it. Go watch the game. That's all you got to do is watch the game. Who took on the double team?
Yep.
Kenneth Grant. And they still had the same as far as pressures and sacks.
Mm-hmm.
He's got damn near. He's mirroring Mason.
I was gonna say, hot take. Kenneth Grant is better than Mason Graham.
Okay. You know what, Claire? I bet, and I argued with a motherfucker the other day about that.
TV, have you got them pumped up, and a lot of motherfuckers want that motherfucker, but I don't want to pick Mason Graham at 8, man.
Look. Watch the Ohio State game and watch what Kenny Grant does in the Ohio State game, and watch how crazy Mason Graham went off.
wash the fuck up now, and be like, well, damn, man, this and that.
Well, that's
I'm
what's
just sitting
crazy.
back and
So
say,
Kendall,
I
people
told
want us to draft Mason Graham for him to be a nose tackle. I'm like, he's not
I know.
even 300
you,
pounds.
yeah,
To
he's
be
a
honest
three
with
He's
you,
tech.
not.
He's a three
I,
tech. He stands at a three.
yeah,
Just because the scouting report says he plays 0 through 5. No, he don't.
There's no
Kendall,
way.
No, he don't.
they don't know what a three tech is. They don't know what that is, man. They just don't.
Look,
Like when I've heard people
look.
say,
If
"Oh,
they're
I
gonna
want
get
to
him,
draft Mason Graham to be the nose tackle," I'm like, "Fucking where? When?
no,
How?"
no.
Oh, look, I'm gonna
Look,
be honest
look,
with you. As good
look.
as look,
If
I
I want,
like Mason Graham. I like Mason Graham. But I don't see the whole big hype about this guy, man.
Draft Kenneth Grant.
I
I mean,
don't see
he got a lot. He got a okay. Twan,
Unfortunately,
the reason
taking
why
him at
the
8
reason
would
why
be
he's
considered a reach, which is very unfortunate, Kenneth Grant. But shoot,
yeah. But here's the thing though.
Now, of course, he didn't need
The reason
everything,
why
though,
Mason
Clem.
Graham was going off is because he was getting pressure. He was getting a lot of pressure. But granted, the reason why he was getting pressure is because of the guy that was in the goddamn middle right next to him. He was eating everything up. He was literally eating everything up. If I'm
I
gonna
was
get
gonna
a nose
say,
tackle, I'm gonna go
basically,
ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and
basically
get Deion Walker from goddamn Kentucky.
I think that's
I'm gonna go
what
ahead
Edge
and
was
get
saying.
Deion Walker from Kentucky.
Mason Graham looked as good as he looked on that Michigan line because of who he was surrounded by.
yes,
That don't mean he gonna transport
Yeah.
that over by himself. Now it's good that he would have a Derek Brown next to him, but they don't run the same defense.
nope.
No, we don't. We don't. That's the sad part.
So I mean
That's the
that's what
sad
I
part.
was never even when we did our mock drafts, I never picked Mason Graham, bro. I was just like,
No.
I don't
It
understand.
was
He's to me, he's not tall enough for me. I'm not saying he can I'm not saying the dude won't be good. I'm just
If the intent
he's
is
not
for
for
him to
my
be a nose
taste.
tackle, he will not be good.
Nah, man, he got short
no,
arms.
no, no.
The
And if we're
arms
not getting
matter.
like a Vita Vea, and we're not getting like a Vita Vea in freaking free agency, then we can forget that. We can forget that, bro. Like we need a nose tackle. Like I said, if
I'm
I'm
so
getting a nose
tired
tackle,
of him
I'll go ahead and
Vita
get
Vea,
Dion.
bro.
I'll go ahead and get Deion Walker from Kentucky and have clap him as a nose tackle. Oh, God damn it! Come on, bro. Come on, come on. I'm. Oh, and
Well, see, I
everybody,
mean,
look.
I'm putting it to you like this. I don't really think about the
What's
nose tackle like that with us. I would like to have one, but the thing is like I mean, the 3-4 is our base concept, and we saw Evero run a lot of stuff out of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so my thing is, if
he
we
did?
gonna
He ran a
be,
lot of.
if we're gonna show hybrid all season, then I'd rather just go after another monster next to Derek Brown, bro. That
Who's gonna
nose
be that
tackle,
monster?
you get a nose tackle when you are going to commit to that 3-4.
Yes.
And that means
That's true. That's
and
true.
that means you gotta have four linebackers behind y'all that can get it.
Mm-hmm.
And not no edges turned linebacker. I'm talking about linebackers.
Well, that's what they're used for, bro. That's what the outside linebackers they're used for. They're used for that edge part, which is unfortunate. TJ Watt TJ Watt is an edge rusher, but when he was coming out of college, he was a linebacker. He was a linebacker coming out of college, but they put him on the line
So
as
what
a
so what
goddamn edge rusher.
when people are talking about that guy coming out of Kentucky, right? What do they want him for? They want him to be a nose tackle?
That's what
Or
Deion
he is.
Walker,
That's
because
what
that's
he is,
what
a
it
pretty.
Deion
is.
Walker,
That's what
Deion
he
Walker
is.
is a
That's
nose
what it,
tackle, bro.
so
He is
when you
legit
go so
nose tackle.
when you go hybrid, you're gonna take him out of his element.
Yeah, you gonna take
Kentucky
him.
committed.
When,
Yeah, they
when
committed
you
to the
go
3-4.
hybrid, when you go hybrid, he's out. Like Jordan Davis, he's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have
Mm-hmm.
basically you're gonna do it like Philly. You're gonna have that big 6'6" big
Wouldn't that be
monster.
tipping our defense though, Kendall?
No, because okay, say on
No.
first down, which is run down, and then I mean you guessing. You know what I'm saying? As a defense coordinator,
Yeah.
you guessing. Or you playing
Mm-hmm.
field position. You know what I'm saying? At certain times he gonna be in there, and then at certain times you see just if you look at Philly, at certain time Jordan's in there, and then at certain time you have Williams and Carter. You know what I'm saying? Gonna play
Mm-hmm.
because Carter is a 4 down lineman.
Yep.
He's gonna be in there regardless.
And you still, yeah, and you
And
have
you
Sweat
still
on the
stopping
other,
the
and you
run.
have Sweat on the other,
Exactly. You
yeah,
still putting
you
pressure on
have,
the quarterback. You gotta have the
yeah, and
personnel.
you have Sweat going on, you have Sweat going on either side, and you got Melton over there too. So you don't have to use Jordan Davis all the goddamn time. Like you got guys that are interchangeable. So if we're gonna get Walker, we literally put him at the nose guard, and we can literally interchange him out with fucking. We can literally interchange. We can have him there and have Brown on one side and freaking and Ashawn Robinson on the other side, and literally just rotate it out. And literally just have a rotation out like that. We can literally rotate it out where we can pull Deion Walker out, have Brown and freaking Ashawn right there, and then put some edge guys out there and just flood it through. Like,
Now,
but you
when,
have to
when you got a
know,
rotation
but
like
you have to
that,
know the team
you
you're going up
gotta have
against
an
to
edge.
use that 3-4.
You gotta have an
Yeah,
edge. You gotta
exactly.
have an edge. You gotta have an edge at that time. So therefore, they wouldn't draft him at 8 because we don't have an edge rusher. We don't have nobody put pressure on the
No,
quarterback. So you gotta draft the
no.
edge rusher first. You even
And
think
that's
about going.
that's where Walker will come into play. And that's where Walker will come into play right there. You get Walker, you put him out there on the edge, and then in the second round, you get a Deion Walker. All right, you get a Deion Walker for
If he, but see,
for that nose
is,
part.
is he gonna is he gonna be there at 57? No, he ain't gonna be there at 57. You see what I'm saying?
No, no,
Let
no,
me
no,
let,
no,
let
no,
me
no.
tell you let me
He's
tell
gonna be
you
gone by then.
something I saw with Pierce
He's not gonna be there.
at Tennessee. I went back and looked at some of the tape on him, and Cedar said he was a project, but man, what I saw with Pierce was Tennessee was not using that man right, bro. It's not him. It was the defense that they was running, man. It's really not Pierce. They had them trying to do some incredible things out of some dumb sets that they were in, bro. It
Like
really
covering
wasn't
somebody,
him.
like
No,
like dropping in the coverage when
they,
he's going after the
yeah,
quarterback.
like they had this dude acting like he was about to rush from the side like on 2 feet, right? And he was dropping back in the coverage and looking like he
Yeah,
ain't know what to do.
yeah. Like how we had Brian
Instead of,
Burns freaking
instead of
dropping
just
back in the
sending him.
coverage when we needed him just to go after the quarterback.
Man, if
Come
y'all
on
go
now.
back and look at the film, they instead of just sending that dude, they had him dropping back in the coverage. And when they did send him, I mean, he was been in the corner, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't like comparing players to other players. You know what I'm saying? I know they're gonna keep doing it though, but it really it wasn't him. I think he's gonna be better with a better coach and a better defensive scheme, bro. Like I think that's
Yeah.
Panther Pickles' team, and he said that took plays off because they had him trying to do everything on defense.
So
A lot of
so
people, a
Twan,
lot of
so
people
this is my
always say that stuff like this person take a
yeah.
play off or this or that or whatever. Everybody pretty much takes kind of.
Yeah, man, I didn't play hard all 40 minutes.
No,
That's true.
you
But
knew that
Twan,
damn
but
ball wasn't
Twan,
coming over there or whatever. You're
yeah.
not gonna do. I
Well, all
mean,
60.
But here but here's the thing though. But this goes back to my original point. If we get a guy like a James Pierce who can eat up at the freaking edge rusher and everything, and if our defense still is shitty and we still get rid of Evero, do we go back? Do we go get a guy who was just in the 3-4 as a coach? Or do we go get that coach who can put us in a 4-3 and I don't know, actually use Pierce the way he needs to be used, or use Derek Brown instead of being a DN in the 3-4, have him be a DT in the 4-3. Literally goes back to that. Like, what are we gonna do at the defensive coaching position with this draft being defensive heavy? You know what I'm saying? Because we got to think 3, 4, 5 years down the line with a new defensive coordinator, with Evero being gone. Like, do we risk getting a guy that's in a 3-4, or do we take a chance on a guy who is going to be out of position for a year just to bring in a guy who can put him back in the right element that he played in before.
There is a word that you need to, whenever you're looking at the scouting reports on any of these defensive players, there is a word that you need to see if it's associated with them, and that is versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That is a key
Mm-hmm.
word. If they are a versatile edge rusher, a versatile linebacker, a versatile defensive end, defensive tackle, that is what you are going to want to look at as a key word in these scouting reports for someone who they've got the athleticism, they've got the ability
Mm-hmm.
and the talent. They can play in different areas and in different schemes and in different looks and in different sets
Mm-hmm.
at the line of scrimmage, or
And
if they got a drop back in coverage to be useful. So
mm-hmm.
that way, if and when, and this is not even an if, I don't see a future where if the defense does 180, unless Evero really just wants to stay here, if he gets a head coaching opportunity, he's out of here. If he stinks it up, he's gone anyway. So I would
Mm-hmm.
treat it more so as get guys who are versatile, athletic, defensive players who can make plays at their position. Because if they're
But also
not
they have a
if they're
good
not
IQ
versatile
as
at
well.
all, and if they're very, one track mind,
Oh,
really great at one thing or whatever, that's fine. But that's probably not going to be somebody we should be entertaining at any pick for Carolina.
well, every time I hear Evero and head coaching, I just start laughing, bro. Man,
Well,
Evero would
Twan,
have to he would have to blow it out of the water with us to be
true,
even
but Twan,
considered
either
for
way,
it.
he's on the last year of his contract. The question would then be, does he really want to come back here? Because
Yeah,
if he
he'll
even
just be
gets a
just
because
be
if he
playing
even
out
gets a
somewhere else.
DC position elsewhere,
He should be back here this year.
that's
But I'm
exactly.
just on him. If he thinks he's that good, bro, I'm just getting irritated with the whole Evero talk, man. He got something to prove, man. He got something to prove.
Yeah.
It's on him.
Well, Twan, we picked him up from Denver for a reason. I mean, he had a top something defense in Denver, so we grabbed him here for a
Man,
reason.
that defense was not all that, bro. It wasn't. It was not all
If it
that.
wasn't all that, if it wasn't all that, then how come he was a hot commodity to go get?
Then why did Denver release him, Edge? Or why didn't Denver try to keep him?
Cause Sean Payton came in there and blew the whole shit up. And another thing, they wanted
But
him to
Sean,
be the interim head coach.
no. Okay.
So
About to say
come on, you
that sound
keep
like an asset.
strategizing, Twan.
That
You
sound
keep
like an
letting down. You
asset.
got to let you stand on, man.
That sound like an asset for Sean Payton, though. Why would he? Like, I don't want this guy. He's really good, but I don't want him. That don't sound good.
You want to bring it? Well, Twan, we all know what happens when the new head coach comes in. What does he do? He gets his own people in there.
But
If
guess
they
what,
don't fit
though?
what he wants,
Guess
they're
what?
out.
We got a new head coach, and everyone was here before he got here.
Yeah.
He
Cause the new head
did.
coach, cause the new head coach didn't pick his staff. The
Exactly.
boss, the
No.
owner picked the staff. The owner retained the defensive
And
personnel.
I and
So
Kendall's
so when the new
absolutely
coach
correct.
come
That's why
in,
I'm like,
Yep.
and Kendall is
The
absolutely
only
correct.
thing.
That's why I'm not
Yeah. No.
leaning
Yeah.
on.
He's correct.
That's why I'm not leaning on Evero so much. It's on Dan Morgan. It's on Dan Morgan for me, bro. He better not miss. He better be right about Evero. Hey, he better not miss in this draft.
it wasn't Morgan. Look, man,
That
this is
wasn't
what they
Morgan, bro.
did. Morgan, first time GM. His ass was there for the 2 years that Federer was there. When all this shit went down, they went and got Canales. They said since Canales was a first year head coach and a rookie and this and that, they kept everything on that defense. Evero had his whole staff. Everybody was retained. Where does that happen at when a new coach come in? It doesn't.
Never. Like
I'm,
1%.
They did that so that guy only he could write a playbook for Bryce Young and that offense. His main goal was to turn around that offense or to see
I
if
got
it
you.
could work.
But with everything that with this team, right? You know what I'm saying? And I wish I was joking about this, but I'm probably not because I don't think Kendall was really joking when he said it. But if this team come out here, man, and just lay another egg with everything and just make all kinds of dumb draft decisions, and Morgan don't look like nothing, and Evero still looking like himself, and it's just, hey, look, man. Then I'm asking Kendall, do they make jerseys in other sizes? So when Kendall go get fitted for his jersey, I might be right behind him. Man, I'm sick of the Carolina Panthers and all the garbage that we keep receiving every year. Man, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it at this point, bro.
Bro, I've been over this since 2019, so I feel you.
You know, it's just like, man, what it's like watch it's like going to sleep and dreaming the same dream every year, bro. It's like you lay down on your bed and you close your eyes here. I already know what I'm gonna dream about tonight, bro. You know, because look, hey Kendall, I can see it and ask you, hey man, are you joking about going to it might be a certain amount of joke in it, and it's gonna be a certain amount of truth in that. Man, people are over this team at this point, bro. It's like you know when people like when you got the person that's in your family that just don't want to do right, stay in jail or stay on drugs or something like that. And what our grandparents used to always teach us is, man, look, you can't help somebody that don't want to help themselves. I mean, look, man, I'm just not in it. I'm like these old men that's in their 90s and 80s with teams, and they said they ain't never seen a chip. Like Detroit fans, bro. But at least Detroit trying to do something about it. Man, I'm not in it for the long haul like that, man. They done already got 30 out of us. So
But all 30
I mean,
wasn't bad. It's been this last,
I know
say,
we got other
six to
it's look, man, they got 32 NFL
8
teams, right?
years. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You
I know you're
got
talking
the
about
Commanders
the 30
nearby.
years the 30 years of the existence of this team,
Yeah.
but they ain't been bad as they was since right here
No,
these last
but
8.
it's to the point now we can't even get back to back winning seasons. Now we're in an era where we can't get a winning season at all.
A winning season at all.
Mm-hmm.
We're approaching 10 years of almost no winning at all. Like, I mean, I don't know what Carolina fans might do if we go to the playoffs, bro.
Freak the fuck out.
And then they'll call us haters when we go. It's just the playoffs, man. I mean, we back home now.
Like, is
It's
this
Super
whole
Bowl or nothing.
like is this sustain like okay, we make the playoffs. Okay, cool. Can we sustain that for a whole another year to make it again?
Do it
No,
again.
then
That's what we used to tell Bryce Young fans. Well, he did such and
do
such
it
this
again.
game, and blah blah. Tell him to do it again.
Yep. That 2
Don't
seasons
keep
ago, Green Bay.
don't keep going back to the
Green Bay,
same game
perfect
and
example.
showing me the same highlights from the same game that you like to pick.
Like, hey, Twan, like I said, like what me you said after the Green Bay game. Hey, he put up some numbers. He lost, but he put up some numbers. Okay, do it again, but this time get a win. Couldn't do it.
Oh, see, you gotta ask when you talking about him, you gotta ask the reason why. Like you said, you go back, you went to the Green Bay game. Why did he have 300 yards the Green Bay game when he never did it before? Because they had suspect DBs. Either they were shit or they were rookies, and they still got. And what's Green Bay biggest problem right now? The motherfucking
Defense.
defensive backfield. That's why
plus,
Bryce
they
Mm-hmm.
put
And
300 up on
plus,
him.
plus Green Bay was up in the fourth quarter, and they didn't need to run their starters no more.
But that's the sole reason, though, Twan, why he put 300 on. Everybody put big passing numbers on him.
yep, especially that year. That year they especially did. Mm-hmm.
But see,
Wait,
you get all
was
these
that the year?
motherfuckers that cherry pick all that bullshit, and they'll
Mm-hmm.
be like, "Oh no, he turning the corner. He turning the corner." You see what I'm saying? And then they make everybody believe that shit, And then they believe they sell. And then guess what? We're going into another year with this motherfucker trying to figure out some shit.
Hey man, look, shout out to my brother. Uh, I don't want to say his real name. Atlanta boy, man. I want to say Atlanta boy. Shout out to Atlanta boy for the cash app, man. Bro, I really, really appreciate that. Sending that big time cash app, man. I'll be sure to put it back into the show, man. I really appreciate that, man. Like that was very generous, bro. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate that, man. So, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm free agency, bro.
But like, I mean, look, man. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. I don't know how many times Kendall gotta say it. Claire gotta say it. Whoever. This draft is loaded on defense. We got a problem with defense. Don't miss that, Morgan. Because you ain't got to be a great GM to get this right.
Nah, you ain't got to be GM of the year. But it
I
ain't
was gonna say you don't
hard
have to be GM of the year.
neither.
To
It'd be nice.
me, for you to seriously screw up the defensive picks in this draft, I mean, I don't. Lord.
So,
It would to me, you'd have to try harder to screw up a defensive deep draft.
Claire, you feel what I'm saying, Claire? Like it's like, man, look, if you got 5 questions, well, let's say 9 questions because we got 9 picks, and that's probably gonna be swaddled down or whatever. But but look, if I only ask you to read up on 2 pages and I make the test that easy for you, and it's open book, I'm not giving you no excuses if you don't pass, bro. The excuses is over. I'm not prepared to hear. Well, Dan Morgan only had, and he did all right, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, it wasn't too bad, and I don't want to hear that no more.
What's why? It's not like we're asking him to be Harry Roseman.
It's time for us to
ask him to do that.
It's time for us to ask the people with this organization to step up and be better, bro. That's all, man. I'm gonna leave it there, man. Anybody else got anything to say before we get up out of here?
Nah.
Anybody? Anybody?
Free agency.
Hey, look, man.
Here we go.
I want to thank T-Dog, man. He probably sleep right now, passed out. I want to thank my man Kendall from Black Cat Panther Podcast that came up in here with us and kicked it with us tonight, man. Kendall, I appreciate that, brother. I really do, man. Shout out to Nick Tri-State that came through tonight, man. I appreciate my staff, Claire, Edge. Y'all the best, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have no shout outs. I'm gonna let Kendall shout out his channel though, man. And y'all go over there. And look, they got multiple channels over there, the Black Cat Panther Podcast. So just make your pick, but I'll let him tell you about it, man.
Yeah, man. The tailgate experience where we do all 32 teams, man. Talk about that football. Talk about your perspective team as you see it. Black Cat Panther Podcast, man. Holla at us.
All right, man. Hey, what's the word with mud? What do you call it? Outlaws.
Oh, Mud Ink Outlaw. Yeah, man.
Mud
We
Ink
still
Outlaw.
doing our thing, man. For motorcycle and 4-wheeler enthusiasts. Go in there and check it out.
They got something for everybody.
Do videos on that, man. Like the weather getting ready to break,
Yeah.
I got to get back. There's just too much going on. I got to get back over there too.
All right. Hey, they got something for everybody over there, man. Claire, anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Tamper your expectations. That's all I have to say. It's just.
What about you, Edge?
Well, Dan Morgan, you better be like Carmelo Hayes. You better not miss.
Hey, Atlanta boy said, go live. he said, hey, look, he ain't get enough tonight, bro. I got to go check on my Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we up right now by
Oh
12. So
man.
look,
Yeah, you are. Hold
uh,
on.
but I'm gonna check this out, man. Shout out to y'all, man. We ain't nothing without y'all, man. And make sure y'all come back and check us out, man. We'll probably be going live this weekend sometime, or definitely Monday night. And I'm going to continue to keep doing these player spotlights. Go check out the one I did on Jalen Royals. Is up still right now. Uh, guys, look out, because we're going to be putting up a lot more shorts and things like that now too. So be on the lookout. 704 Charlotte Bound Show. I'm Twan Don, man. We'll see y'all next time. We up out of here, bro.